Hello and welcome to Versus Live. I'm Ross Merriam.
And I'm Corey Baumeister.
And we've got Rob in the booth. Say what's up, Rob.
What's up, Rob?
Rob will be taking all of your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure to tag at Star City Games so he can see them and send his favorites over to us. We are playing a little bit of Modern today.
Oh, yeah.
Corey, we've been playing a lot with this Grixis Shadow deck that Aspiring Spike developed, and apparently having a pretty good time with it.
I've been having a great time. I've been doing pretty well with it, and I just think the deck has game against everything. And I think this show idea was just brought on by like me starting to get a cocky attitude towards the deck. I was like, I can beat anything. Bring it on. Bring it on. And so we're going to try it.
It's already been brought.
It's already been brought in. The gauntlet's been thrown down. You got 3 decks. It should be pretty sweet.
Did you have a Bring It On reference on your bingo card, Rob?
No, I did not.
Ooh.
Rough beats.
Great movie, though.
I had
Great
the Top
movie.
Gun reference down, so I got that.
Okay, yeah.
Ross needs to show the audience, but...
Yeah, Ross came in just full aviators. I was like, oh, what's up, Top Gun? How are you? That'd be a good look for the show.
There we go, yeah.
There we go.
Can I just do this the entire show?
You just got to redo the intro now. You're like, I'm Top Gun.
The need for speed.
This is Top Gun. I'm Iceman. We're going to be doing...
Is Goose and Maverick are their nicknames?
Yeah, Iceman was the bad guy, right? I forgot.
I've never seen Top Gun.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie, yeah.
Iceman was his rival. I wouldn't know if I
rival.
Bad guy.
Okay. He was the motivator of the film.
The antagonist.
Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, first up in this gauntlet is going to be a little Elementals. Now,
Yes.
Elementals is a deck that rose up to sort of beat these disruptive mid-range decks.
Yeah.
That said, the Grixis Shadow deck with the addition of Dress Down has a really good tool in the matchup that the Rakdos and Izzet decks don't really play. The Izzet deck could play it, but didn't really. And Dress Down, works so well with Death Shadow and Croxa, so it's at its best in this shell. You can play the main deck.
Izzet could play it, but it only hurts their deck.
Yeah. It's not good in their deck.
Yeah.
Here it's actively good for your proactive strategy and a very good card against me.
Yeah.
So we'll see, we're going to test how Dress Down affects the matchup here. Normally, on paper, I would say Elementals is definitely ahead.
Yep.
But with Dress Down, it's going to at least narrow, if not flip a little bit the other way.
Yeah, because it's so weird because you still have like Solitudes. So I still think I'm going to be siding Death Shadow out because the 2-for-1 when you can just get, a channeler that's a 3/3 and I'm at 11 and you get my Death Shadow as well is just such a blowout. But the Dress Downs will be staying in even, even if I'm taking out Death Shadow, it doesn't have to be working together. And it's also a little awkward where if I want to Dress Down in response to one of your powerful evoke cards, I stop that ability, but it also stops the evoke. So you just get to keep the card, So sometimes not the biggest deal, but Fury hits hard, if I don't have a bolt and stuff like that. So it's an interesting dynamic, this matchup.
But I think the key there is that the Dress Down still does cantrips. So, you're getting some value out of stopping my stuff, but costing yourself very little. And
what the sickest play, it feels so good to play a deck so much that I'm just have so many different lines to talk about because this is the one deck that I've focused a lot on just because it's so much fun. I was hooked on it because it's so much fun. Once again, Aspiring Spike with the original brew. I've changed some cards based on what I've been losing to. But having Luris, when we're attritioned out, the normal kind of Luris plan anyways, but being able to play Luris and then at my end step, play Dress Down every turn so that you never have Omnath, Risen Reefs, triggers and stuff, it's quite dirty.
I don't really know why you would play Lurissa when there's a better cat companion.
Yeah, that's true. What am I thinking? I have so many non-elemental creatures.
Lurissa doesn't even have vigilance.
I know. Amateur hour, right? Yeah. And lifelink, not good with Death Shadow.
Yeah.
Sometimes can't attack with that. So
just don't even understand why you're doing that.
Yeah, it should be fun though.
Maybe we'll see. I don't know.
Yes. I even brought my cat shirt and I wasn't even thinking about it. Nice.
I do know I will be on the play.
Okay, perfect.
And I also know my hand is good.
Yes, bring it on. Okay, let's see what we got.
I told you, it's already
been brought in. Well, the hand was unplayable up until those last 2 cards. I think that is enough to keep it. It's still slightly risky, but yeah, we're going to go with it.
Okay, I'm going to start with a Misty and a Crack. I'm going to end at 17.
Okay. And that's my line.
I think I am getting Stomping Ground here.
Okay.
Let's make sure I have a little bit of red mana.
A little Utopia Sprawl action.
It will be a Utopia Sprawl, and I will be naming blue.
Blue, okay.
Then I'll pass the turn.
All right. Okay, that was a good draw, and I don't have to have a weird decision of what kind of fetch land I want to get. Almost always with this deck, you want to be starting with Blood Crypt. It is your best duel, so let's do that. I'm going to go to 15, and I'm going to Thoughtseize you.
Oh, I think it's pretty obvious which one you're going to want to take.
Yeah, that's pretty clear. You named white, by the way?
I named blue.
Okay. Okay, yeah, Teferi is already excellent against Death Shadow. One prismatic ending is not that big of a deal, so yeah, we'll be taking Teferi.
I named blue figuring that I wanted my white mana separate if I wanted a prismatic ending for one.
Yep.
I wouldn't have to be forced to tap the Sprawl.
Well, it's X or less, right?
Yeah, but I just like, if I want to tap it for one and leave mana
Oh,
for
yeah.
something.
I gotcha, yep. Okay, so I'm at 15.
Yep. Unfortunately, did not draw another Teferi, which is really what should have happened.
Get that into your
Oh,
hand.
that's what's happening.
Okay.
Get it in.
I thought for sure you were just going to be like, all right, and now Risen Reeve.
One off from that.
That's all you're doing is carry?
Yeah, I'm getting the basic planes.
Okay, so
Preserve
you're
my
at
life a little bit.
16.
Pass the turn.
I'm ready.
My hand was good, and then Corey having turn one Thoughtseize instead of a threat, and me not drawing a threat.
Yeah.
Replace the Teferi is about as bad as possible.
I do have lots of those threat things, but yeah, I feel you. All right, so I think we have a pretty solid play here. Actually, so I'm going to fetch this. I'm going to go to that magical number
12.
of 12. And I think I want blue-black here.
Gonna play 2 Death Shadows, and I'll untap and play Grove of the Burn Willows.
Oh, God, please no. Yeah, playing 2 Death Shadows almost at any point is a liability in this matchup, you know?
No matter what your life total is, Solitude will eat both of them.
Sorry, I don't know why I'm continuing to ask you to cut. All right, so I'm going to get in there with Regavan. I'm going to dash it.
Makes sense with me having the sorcery speed removal spell.
Yep, let's see what you got.
Took my island. That's actually an interesting one to keep track of for my fetching.
Yep, and then I'll play Death Shadow, put this back to my hand. Pass to you. Good old 1/1.
Let's crack Misty, go to 13.
Okay.
I think this can just get the basic forest.
Alrighty.
Then I will play Kahira and Prismatic Ending the Shadow.
Shadow down.
Pass the turn.
Okay.
Corey wants to like fetch, kill Kahira, dash Ragavan again. He's not really getting a
ton of stuff going. That's true. Okay, so I think I can get out of range of looking to be 2-for-1 with a Solitude if I do want a double creature here. So I'm going to start with the Thoughtseize.
Oh my God! Literally just drew this Omnath.
I'll take Omnath. That's a good one. I'll go to 10, and I will just play these 2 creatures. Pass to you.
Just running out the Omnath didn't seem great. I could do it next turn with a fetch.
Yeah.
Do something else. So you're at 10. So Shadow's a 3/3 right now.
3/3.
I guess none of these fetch any basics. I'm just trying to remember. And they both fetch the land I think I'm getting here.
Okay.
Which is Sacred Foundry. Guess I drew a good one.
Oh no! Like anything but Fury. Oh my God! What a draw! What a draw!
Corey thought he could play around the 2-for-1.
Oh,
He was wrong.
That was so
I
good.
got a 10. I will deal 3 to Shadow and 1 to Ragavan.
Incredible.
I will attack you for 3.
Incredible.
You go to 7.
Yep.
And I will pass the turn.
That was disgusting. That was completely obscene.
Just how I drew it up.
That was so good.
My perfect curve of Sprawl into Buy Kahira, into Kahira plus removal spell, into Fury. Used all my mana every turn in the best possible way.
You were so close to dead, and you had to have like some absurd draw to keep you alive. So absurd. Now I have to do stuff to just stay alive. Okay, I will just pass to you.
I would like to draw.
Yep.
So I don't know if you have any Snapcaster. Sometimes these lists have like one, but it doesn't do anything if you do.
Yeah, it's a 2/1.
Colligan's command can like kill Kahira, rebuy a shadow, and then you go to 1.
Yep.
So that could definitely be what you have. You could also.
I would just say no attacks for you, just to be safe, you know?
Dress down would also keep Corey alive because both creatures who lose abilities, I just have a 3/3 and a 3/2.
Yep.
I would like to declare attacks.
Go ahead.
They both have vigilance.
I have a dress down. I guess I'll do it at the beginning of combat so they don't have vigilance. Sure. So I'll draw off dress down.
Yep.
And then I'll unholy heat Kahira. And I'll take 3. Go down to 4.
Brings you to 4.
Yep.
And now I can play the card in my hand, but the dress down makes it a little bit awkward. But with Corey at 4, you have 2 cards.
2 cards.
Yeah, I think it's still just worth it because it's a 4/4.
Okay.
So this will be red, blue, and then green, white.
Yep.
And I think I'll just play the Flooded Strand.
Sure. Yeah, you can gain life on.
Yeah, gain life if I
End
need
step.
to. Not really going to need a bunch of mana next turn.
Yep. And I think I'm dead here. I don't think I have a sequence of draws from this dress down. Yep, you got it. Yeah, after when I had this in play, I just had dress down plus unholy heat. I'm like, yep, I get to kill Kahira. I'll force you to chump. Even if you top deck another creature, you'll take 2. But Fury was worst possible. Brutal. Just the way we drew it up, huh?
Yeah. Top deck perfectly against the Thoughtseize deck.
Do you want to do pre's or do we want to sideboard like normal this time?
Why don't we do normal sideboarding?
Okay,
I
think so
we're
too,
far
yeah.
enough into the metagame. We're playing established decks.
Yep.
We'll just play regular matches.
That sounds good. All right, Rasa narrowly takes down the first one. So we're gonna head to the sideboard and see what we got for this elemental deck. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on Versus Live. Welcome back to sideboarding here between Grixis Death Shadow and 5-color elementals. From my end,
4-color.
You're not playing that 5th? You fish. Get it in there. You're so close.
And I guess I could generate black mana potentially. No, I can't.
No.
I was going to say I could do it for Prismatic Ending or Engineering Explosives, but I can only generate black mana with Cavern Souls. So.
Okay. Well, there you go. That still counts. All right, 4-color elementals. From my end, I'm going to be trimming these Death Shadows like I was talking about earlier. They are a liability with Solitude. I'm leaving in 1 just because I don't have another card I really want to bring in. It's just I want to kill creatures, but I don't want to bring in my EEs just because your creatures are pretty expensive. You know, not being able to kill Omnath is a big deal, and these can. And that's kind of the thing I have to be controlling. Bringing in some Terminates, they're excellent against everything, and 1 mana Terminate as well. So
on my side, I'm trying to be a little bit more concerned with both answering your threats because I think I'm favored in the long game, and that's where EE comes in. Much better than Teferi. Teferi, not particularly good against a deck with such a low curve.
Yep.
And also the Dash of Ragavent is a good way to just stop Teferis and. Even the static is not awesome against you. Those stop some dress down shenanigans.
That's true.
Thunderkin Awakener then is helping me prepare against your heavy discard. So when you strip my hand apart, Awakener is a card that can really catch me back up and do so relatively cheaply. Muldrifter does similar in that regard, where as a top deck it's pretty good, but it's much less mana efficient than Thunderkin Awakener is.
Yeah.
And that I think is my big issue in this matchup. I don't want you to get underneath me, put me under a lot of pressure. That essentially happened in game 1, but then the Fury got me out of it. I
was furious.
Yeah. So I'm trying to sideboard in a way that helps me keep up in the early game, make sure I don't fall behind while still retaining enough of my powerful late game to make sure I take over once I get there.
Yep, I totally agree. And I think I could see some world where your play draw is a little skewed where just Teferi's a lot better on the play. Because normally that's been a card that's historically very good against Death Shadow, but this Death Shadow does have a lot more haste, kind of goes a little bit more wide. It's not the same, and I'm not trying to to play a counter game with you outside of Drown, but shutting Drown off is decent, you know, but that's about it.
Also, historically, you were bouncing Gurbag Angler with Teferi.
Yeah.
Which was awesome.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that just felt unfair. That felt so unfair. And honestly, that was kind of the reason. I remember we talked about this and you were surprised. And for whatever reason, this stuck with me that you were surprised that Death Shadow kind of lost to Azorius Control. That was another big factor. You know, it still stuck with me that you were surprised because it was just such a beating at the time. And maybe I just loved Azorius Control too much and I played a lot of it. But
I also remember the days when like Shadow was very dominant and it was quite good against Control. And that was well before Control got a lot of the tools that it had.
Yeah,
when you were playing it.
So we were just going really boomer zoomer energy on this, right?
Yeah.
We're like, no, Teferi's
in
great.
2016.
Yeah, you mean Teferi, Hero of Dominaria? That's not even that good against Death Shadow. I was like, no, the other one. Yeah.
They just stubborn denial your 5-mana card.
All right before we get this started, Rob, do you got any questions from our lovely audience? No, a lot happened in the Magic world today.
Well, somebody asked if we were doing Historic on Thursday, and yes, we are.
We are, yep.
And then
All to Rob's joy.
Yeah. Also, somebody asked Corey, how's your injury doing?
My injury's doing pretty good. You know, we got a nice little boot here, so we're rocking it out. And you know, it was pure karma for laughing when you fell out of your chair. But to be fair, it was pretty funny. Yeah.
Ditto.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I honestly, I felt bad for you that, you know, you didn't get to laugh at anyone. So I took the hit, injured myself for you, man. I wanted to spread the comedy out here.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Also, just a strange note. I think this is the first time in the several years I've known Corey that I've seen him in closed-toed shoes.
No, it's still open-toed. It really is.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I don't want to pull my foot out on Versus Live, but look right here. It's open-toed.
Oh my god.
You can't give the feet pics away for free, right?
Exactly. Yeah, that's on our other Star City Games account, right? Yeah.
When you lifted your foot up, I didn't see any foot, so I just assumed it was closed.
Yeah, still open-toed. I had a choice between two different kind of sandals for the injured toe, and you know, just went with the open-toed one, of course. Be impressed. But thanks for caring about me, Chad. I appreciate it. All right.
No one else will.
I know. All right, I'm gonna keep this one. I'm gonna give it a shot. This hand could be anything.
This hand certainly cannot be anything.
Okay.
It is what it is, which is not very good.
Okay.
But as we make mention many times on this program, you don't want to mulligan very much against heavy discard decks.
Yeah. I'd be curious how many times we've said that, but it is a really true lesson. Yeah. You know?
We keep hammering that one home.
Maybe that's just why the lesson that's hammered in my head, Rob, that's why I mulligan so little. You know, I think that makes sense, right?
I think I'll keep.
Okay. I'm going to go to 17. I'm going to play a Channeler.
17.
And I got much more things I'm doing.
Oh, bobbling?
Way more bobbling. My turn maybe another like 40 seconds or so. So I'm going to start with a bobble, surveil. This is okay, but it's not going to be good for a while, so we're going to bottom that. Bobble, surveil. Another card that is solidly okay. But, yeah, we don't need to look for another bobble. Then I will pass to you. At your upkeep, I'll look at the top. Okay, nice draw.
You're not wrong. Let's play Temple Garden, go to 18.
Okay.
Sprawl it, name red.
Okay.
You're up.
And then I'll bobble you again. Okay. And now I will draw 3 cards. 1, a 2, a 3. Not the best 3 cards I've ever seen in my entire life. But let's go with fetch this.
Going to 14?
Yeah.
So close to threshold.
So close. I think we need a steam vent here. All right, and then I'm going to dash a Regavan and come at you for 3.
I will go to 15.
Mostly I want to get that top card off your library because that's a good one. And that's it for me. I'll pass to you. Oh, this dash is back.
I'll play Island.
Okay.
Already had the Risen Reef.
Nice, nice. Makes sense.
Trigger it. Put a Windswept Heath onto the battlefield.
Okay.
And I will pass the turn.
On tap. Oh, draw. Now let's go with a lightning bolt surveil.
That's fine.
Okay. I do not want this land. That does not give me delirium yet.
Yeah, you're missing sorcery.
That I am. That I am.
Discard spell, expressive iteration.
Then let's go with an attack for 1.
I will go to 14. 14 all.
I'm going to go to 12. Then I'm going to buy Luris and pass to you.
Upkeep, I'll crack this fetch.
Okay.
Go to 13. Let's get plains.
Is it plains? And what's the Utopia Sprawl on again?
Red.
Red, okay.
I got all my colors set up pretty well here.
Okay. You're missing black.
Set all my colors.
Okay, okay.
Draw for turn.
Sure.
Cavern on Elemental.
Okay.
And I'm just going to play a Fury and deal 4 to that Channeler.
That channeler is dead.
Pass the turn.
Okay.
Get a little pressure here.
A little pressurino. Let's see what we want to do. Can do a little bit of everything here. Okay, so I'm going to just take 1. I'm going to go to 11. And let's get a swamp. There it is. See what we're going to draw here. Let's leave the Blood Crypt open. And Luris.
Yep.
And I want some answers here, so I am going to bring back Bobble. I'm going to Bobble myself to see if I want to draw this card or not. A bad card. Or to see if I want to leave mana open, excuse me.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think you have a way to stop yourself.
Yeah. But see if I want to play a creature or just want to jam.
Yeah, just want to draw the lightning bolt.
Yeah.
The Holy Heat would work now, too, because they're putting the creature in the graveyard did give you delirium.
That's true. That's true. It's a tough call here. Yeah, I think I am going to play a channeler, pass to you, and then draw a bubble. Am open to another Fury, but I do have 5 toughness here, so it's not a complete blowout, but of course it would still be very good.
I'll attack with Fury.
Yeah, I'll take it. Down to 5.
6 brings you to 5. And then I will put you back up to 8, exile that Luris.
Exiled, okay.
And then I'll play a tapped Temple Garden.
Up to 8, sure.
And pass the turn.
Okay. I can do some upkeep shenanigans here.
You got 4 in hand?
4 in hand, yep.
One of which I know is Ragavan from earlier in the game.
Correct. Can do some upkeep stuff. Think the Fury is the most important card, so I'm going to Bolt Fury Surveil.
I
That's a pretty decent one.
You found Bolt but didn't want to play it?
I was worried about Ephemerate.
Okay.
Yeah. I did exactly find Bolt on top.
Worried about Ephemerate. That makes sense.
Yeah. I was scared. Think I will keep this one and draw. Now I'm at 8. Not the worst life total, not the healthiest. You got 3 cards. So I'm going to Colligan's Command, dealing 2, and I think I just want to bring back this Channeler. And then I'll surveil, I guess. I guess I get to surveil first. No, I still have to choose my target, so it's not like I can pick this creature. I will keep that. Return this. Attack for 3.
I go to 11.
Take 2. Play another one. Pass to you.
6.
Yep.
Crack fetch, go to 10.
Okay.
Puts me with Forest.
Okay.
I will Prismatic Ending the untapped Channeler,
It's gone.
and I will buy and play Kahira.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
I can deal with that. So upkeep. I know what I'm drawing, so I guess there's no real point. Let's draw that. Now let's go with a Unholy Heat, Surveil. Don't want to land. Here comes Ragavan, here comes Ragavan.
Write down Ragavan Lane.
Thank you, thank you. All right, attack, hit for 5. Harbinger.
I'm at 5.
Yep, and I don't think I have any elementals, but I will play this. Yeah, let's search, just in case. None of these creatures. That elemental giant, I'll take that. No, we don't have anything. And then, yeah, I'll pass to you.
Okay.
Oh, Ragavan's back to my hand.
Yep. That was pretty good.
Uh-oh.
How do I want to tap for it?
Yeah, that's the main question from this deck, I feel.
I'm at 5. You have 2 in hand, one of which is Ragavan.
Yep.
I will play a Muldrifter.
All right, I'll counter it. You had Cavern.
Yeah, I guess. But then, like, you know, I wanted to make sure I had the right mana.
Mana to cast other things, yeah.
Oh,
Touche.
I guess I got punished.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I had another drown on top. That probably would have been good enough.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, even so, if Corey has the drown there, you know, I play even if I resolve the Muldrifter with the Cavern,
yeah.
I draw 2 pretty good ones, but I have to take a bunch of damage because I have all 3 basics in play.
Yeah.
So these fetch lands, in order to get another mana, cost me another 3.
And if anything, what do you do after that? You probably just exile.
Yeah, probably just have to evoke this. You drown that.
Yeah.
You drown the Muldrifter as a creature in play.
Yeah.
And then I think you had 6 mana, right?
I did, yeah.
You had 5 lands and a treasure. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you just have drown, dash.
Yeah, there's some world I play in a weird way where I just try to drown that with the trigger on the stack. Well, if I did it with the trigger on the stack, it'd be fine. But if I try to drown it at some point, and you have the Ephemerate, you know, that's the nightmare scenario. I don't think I would do that, but it is. I am incentivized to kill that so I can attack with Ragavan. So, yeah, I think it'd just be too much of a risk to go for. I'd just be like, all right, let Ragavan die. I'll kill you with Channeler in 2 turns and just hold up drown, and then I'd counter that. So yeah, I think I would have had you regardless. But
yeah.
All right, that was a closer game.
Yeah, I kept a 5-lander and predictably, you know, ended the game a little flooded.
Yeah.
So can't really be mad. Maybe I should have mulliganed. It was 5 lands, Risen Reef, and
Apparently you messed up. I didn't see chat when it happened, but you
Nice.
lost your Delirium. When you
What
got
it?
back the Dragon Rage channel with K command, right?
You lost your delirium at some point?
Yeah, I might have.
Did you attack me for more damage than you should have?
I may have hit you that last one for 5, so maybe it was supposed to be.
I think the turn you K commanded and you return the creature. It was your only creature in the graveyard.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that easily could have been. Yeah.
So I think I should have had 2 more life.
Yeah. You had 7? And I would have only been attacking for 6 there at the end, if I even hit delirium again, yeah.
Then I would have really gotten punished for running my Moldrifter into the drown.
Yeah, very true, very true. Yeah, whoops.
Given how I played it, I was still losing that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gave Corey a free shock.
Woo! Free shock. Free shock. All right, game number 3. You're going to be on the play, though, so that's a lot more scary. Yeah, I just didn't find a single sorcery. I didn't find a single hand disruption spell that time, and that's usually the easy one, or dress down.
And at a certain point, I wanted you to find hand disruption spells because my hand was all Lance.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, that was a weird draw.
It was one of the reasons I played the Fury on the turn I did, even though it was a little awkward to do so. It only put 1 creature. It gave you Delirium, because the only 2 spells in my hand were... some white card and Solitude.
Okay.
Or Prismatic Ending and Solitude.
Yeah.
So I figured if you have a discard spell, then I can at least Solitude something later. Or and I also wanted to pressure you, but
yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
So real quick before we start, we have a question about elementals. Now, Ross, your list features a few of these cards in your sideboard, but do you think that this is like these should be the stock build of 4-color elementals, or what do you think about the ones listed with like Thunderkin in the main deck and Grief and Force in them as well?
I mean, I've been pretty impressed with Thunderkin from what I've seen out of it.
It's always just so powerful. It just reads so strong.
And we're also starting to see more discard spells, and I think that's where it's at its best, is against opponents with discard spells when they take your Risen Reef and then do something on turn, like play a creature on turn 2, and you're able to go like Thunderkin Awakener, attack, return Risen Reef, evoke something, kill your creature, trigger Risen Reef a couple times. Yeah. Those kind of plays are really important. So I actually like it quite a bit. I think if I were playing this deck, I would have it in my main, but the space is pretty tight. Teferi is also quite good. And it's just hard to fit everything. So I could see sideboarding it and just bringing it in the matchups where generally your opponents have a lot of removal and discard.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like Teferi right now I think is excellent against blue-white control, which is pretty popular. Excellent against Temur Cascade decks. Excellent against all the Cascade decks. And I think it's even fine here where, I can play that game plan where I'm only playing 1 creature because I don't want to overextend into Fury, and then you just Teferi it and all of a sudden you're way ahead. So I think Teferi is just an excellent card right now, so I wouldn't want to cut those. Maybe cut to 3. 4 is kind of extreme, but that's about it,
Yeah, I'm sure you can massage the numbers and
massage the numbers a bit. Yeah,
I like them both. I haven't sat down and thought what would my exact 60 be if I was playing this deck.
Yeah.
But, I think Thunderkin is a perfectly reasonable card to main deck.
All right, let's battle. You're gonna be on the play.
Yeah. My hand only has 1 land, so it's going back.
Ruh-roh. Yeah, I'm gonna keep. This one is slightly awkward, and we do need a little bit of help, but I think this is a keep for sure on the draw, and then a very questionable keep on the play. But yeah, I think this is good enough now.
Good enough.
Good enough.
Granted, Corey's standards are very low.
Exactly. So it's loose. All right, Rob, you got one more question while we wait for Ross to mulligan here?
Don't at the moment.
Okay. Empty queue. Empty queue.
Let's just wait in silence then.
I got one I'm saving for next round because it's related to the deck Ross.
Okay, cool. All right, y'all. What's your favorite set that you saw that's going to be released from today's announcement? Because there was a lot of them. Some of them look pretty sweet.
I was really excited for the Secret Lair Mary Tyler Moore show.
Yeah, no,
that's a really great crossover I've been waiting
2023. For. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, man. All right, let's see how your 6 is.
It is not great.
Ruh-roh.
Also, seems like a lot of chat is ready for Brothers War.
Is what?
Brothers War.
The Brothers War? Yes. I'm gonna do some content with Brad during that and just have war paint and just us playing Magic against each other in the Brothers War.
Yeah, definitely putting a land back there.
Okay.
I am going to start getting a Temple Garden.
Okay.
And I'm just going to run out the EE on 1.
EE on 1, okay.
Basically all your threats cost 1, so.
That's very true.
I'll pass the turn.
Okay. All think I'm cool starting with that. I'm going to go to 18. I'm going to play a Channeler, Bobble, Surveil trigger. I don't want that. And I will pass to you.
Corey, you know I just played an engineer explosive.
I should stop playing 1-drops forever, right? Oops.
Yeah. That's what you're supposed to do.
That was quite foolish of me.
That's what the professionals
I'm going to take a look at your top. Okay.
Ooh, I like that one.
Jellyfish.
Play Cavern on Elemental and pass the turn.
Okay, I will draw 1. I will draw 2. Not a bad draw. I will take 2.
60.
And let's go with a Thoughtseize Surveil.
Surveil's good.
I'll keep that. Okay. So I am going to take
Pretty interesting choice.
I'm going to take Solitude. It's actually not.
I don't know what's in your hand. I could have seen justifications for all of them.
Yeah. It is interesting if it wasn't for the fact that I have an Inquisition as well. I'll keep that on top, take your Risen Reef, and then I'll attack for a big whopping 1.
That is pretty good. So you can't you've already played your land.
I did, yep.
No, if Corey had just untapped and attacked for 1, I would have taken it, just so I didn't allow any other 1-mana cards to be played.
Mm-hmm.
You clearly don't have a fetch land, because I would have given you Delirium. You would have certainly played a fetch land.
Yep, that's true.
4 in hand?
4 in hand.
You did keep on top. That could easily be a fetch, be your 3rd land, give you Delirium, and let you start deploying the rest of your hand.
Could be.
That would make a lot of sense. You're at 14 right now? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, fetch would also bring you to 11 to play a Shadow, but you only have 1 Shadow left in your deck.
That's true.
You'd certainly never run a Ragavan into this EE. Yeah, I think I'm just going to pop it.
No, I got Delirium. Past you.
Because I'm going to be tapping out this turn to buy the Kahira.
Yep.
I will Cavern on Elemental and buy the Kahira.
Okay.
Pass
Yeah,
the turn.
that changes my play a little bit from this turn. I was just automatically playing this, but now I think I'd rather go Channeler and cast this other hand disruption spell. I'll Surveil, and I will keep that one just in case.
You're a pretty good one.
Did draw a good one. I think I just have to take Mr. Nasty here, though, and take the Omnath.
Kahira gone.
Yeah, Kahira's out of there. So I'll go to 12, and then I'll pass to you.
That's what I call Kahira.
Yeah. Kahira, too strong.
3 in hand.
3 in hand.
So you did not keep a land.
I did not.
3 spells. 17 to 12. I don't think playing the Kahira is really doing anything. You probably have a good amount of removal in your hand. So I think I just want to make this game go a long time. So I'll just deal with your threat and play this other Engineered Explosive.
Okay.
And because it's a 3 and I don't want you surveilling more, I think I'll just pop it now.
Okay. Pop, lock, and drop it.
Does let you dash Ragavan if you have it.
Yeah, it's like, do you want to give up a free Surveil? Almost assuredly 1 free Surveil or protect against Ragavan.
I don't think dashing Ragavan is that good of a play for you, though. It's like you'll need to get a treasure. That's fine. I'll pop now.
Oh, I don't know why that was putting that there. Done?
Yep.
Okay. The card I kept on top was Expressive Iteration. Whenever you're looking for land, it's either land or Expressive Iteration, I feel. Okay. Assuredly putting this in exile, and it's which one of these cards do I want? I think I want this one. I'll put this one on bottom. Put this here. And then do I want to deal myself damage? I'm at 12, so Death Shadow can already be played if I find it. Yeah, I'll take 2. Then I'll pass to you.
Feels like playing this Kahira is just going to let Corey use that mana. So I'm just going to play Roger and Triumph and pass.
Okay. Slow and steady.
Yeah, I'm gearing up for a long game.
Yeah, you are. All right, as am I. So I'm going to bring this back, and then I'm going to Inquisition that Kahira. Then I'll pass to you.
Had one Inquisition left in the deck. Got punished.
No, I play 3.
You have 3.
Yeah, yeah.
Get 2 left.
No Omnath.
Pass the turn.
Okay. Now the question of what do I want to allow you to do? I could play Luris and Channeler, and that's at least somewhat fury-proof. You'll just kill Luris more than likely. Or I could try to be a little bit more patient. That doesn't sound very fun. All right. I think I'm going to go the patience route. I'm going to play Channeler, and I'm going to pass to you.
Four in hand.
4 in hand. You know Luris. That's it. My beautiful nightmare kitty cat. Coffee. You get a lot of options over there, I imagine.
I will play Misty Rainforest.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
Wow. Okay. Don't think I want to do anything. I'll untap. Draw. I'm going to play a land, and I'm forced to attack. All right, Delirium. Got to make sure this time. Okay, we got it this
I'll go
time.
to 14.
Okay, 14-10, right?
Yep.
Okay. Now I'm going to fetch this.
You go to 9.
Yep. Actually, sorry, I haven't looked at the top yet. I think I want to do the Luris Bauble first. Bauble myself. See if there's a good card I want to play. So I'm going to play Luris first.
Sure.
Bauble. Surveil myself.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I like that card. So then I will bauble you. Okay. And then pass to you.
On your end step, I'll crack fetch, go to 13.
Okay.
Where are you?
Is this a Solitude?
Indeed it is.
Okay.
Got a dress down.
I do. I'll sack this.
So you're going to go to 8.
Don't get my good card on top, though.
I had a good one on top, too.
Yeah. Yeah, you did. The old Mold Drifter.
Yeah. I could have played the Fury last turn and dealt with the Channeler, but with Corey holding up that 3 mana, I was very afraid of Kolaghan's Command.
Yeah.
Where if I tap out for Fury, deal with the Channeler, you go K-Command, take your last card, rebuy a Channeler, untap, play Luris, play a Channeler. I have no hand, and you just have so many threats.
Yep. Yeah, and Kolaghan's Command is one card that wasn't being played from Spike. I added one because there were just some tricky artifacts that I had trouble dealing with. And if I just have one of those, there, is mainly bridge. Mainly bridge out of Tron and stuff, or E-Tron or something, but still some other tricky artifacts that are just being played for game 1. And it becomes a problem. Okay, so draw off Bauble.
Yeah.
Okay. He's now realizing he messed up.
Yeah, I should have second main the Solitude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot to second main this thing.
Yep. Dress Down has some weird timestamps, that's for sure.
I have to imagine this Solitude is dying when Corey untaps, given how much removal he hasn't played this entire game, but he hasn't had a chance to.
Yeah, I really haven't. You haven't given me anything.
So blocking doesn't seem to make sense, so I'll just attack.
I'll go to 7.
To 5, right?
I'll go to 5. Yep. I forgot I just took... Didn't I only take 1?
I had you going from 9 to 8.
9 to 8? Is that what you had as well, Rob? I think I went 10 to 9, just because I got a basic swamp,
Yeah, so I'm saying 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 damage to yourself.
Yeah, so it
Yeah,
should have been
so
a
I
9.
think,
Yeah,
so I think so you should be at 6.
6. Yep, got it.
I don't think there's a point where you took 1.
And no lifelink because no abilities.
Yep. And then I will pass the turn.
Okay, now dress down goes away. Untap. Draw. Let's go with Zabits.
I go to 7, you go to 9.
7 to 9, yep. And gonna play this land tapped. Oh, actually, no, I gotta play this untapped. So I'll go to 7.
Yep.
And then end step, I'll play dress down.
Yep.
Trigger. Pass to you.
Yeah, I'm just very dead.
Yeah, the old dress down Luris thing is disgusting.
I mean, even if I, say I play that second main, like, if you have 2 removal spells in your hand, I can't do anything.
Yeah, my channeler was going to go crazy. You'd have no Luris, I wouldn't have Luris.
I
I'd
literally
kill
would
your
have
things. You'd have nothing, and it'd just be a top deck war. Oh, yeah. Risen Reef would have been pretty broken.
Ooh. Yeah, but it's just a bunch of 1/1s. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was going to draw K command, and since you were fearing it, I was going to get to do the Luris thing again. So, yeah, you were in trouble there.
Yeah, that's just a game where I mulligan and you have a pile of discard spells and you just had no resources, never got off the ground.
Yeah, my opener was pretty interesting. It was this, Thoughtseize, Inquisition, Bauble, 1 land, and some other dress down, I think. So it's like on the draw, can be rough, but, and then I drew another channeler, so I was pretty priced in to find a land. So it's always better to channeler then Bauble and get the Surveil instead of trying to manipulate your deck. It's like kind of the same thing, because we're looking for 1 card. You get to manipulate 1 card.
And
so
you just get a card in your graveyard for Delirium.
Yeah. So, channeler is just so disgusting. Put Bolt in the yard, drew a land, and then Iteration was the next card on top and stuff. So,
I needed you.
You want to do one more quick pity game? Or do you want to go to the next one?
Yeah, let's just move on.
Okay,
we're close enough where
you got it.
If we run fast, we can stretch one to a full best of 5.
There we go. We go.
Yeah, we saw the power dress down at least there in that third game.
Yeah.
I don't think it was super relevant because I was just so low on resources anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But you do give your opponents that chance to misplay. The synergy with Luris is really cool.
Yeah.
And then
it's just a really weird card to play around, and it's hard to know all the applications when you're not playing the deck a lot. So, in this modern metagame, it's almost, if I was getting ready for a competitive tournament, I would want to learn this deck just to learn how to play against it if you have a deck that gets affected by dress down, because it's a really tough card to play around and only like a lot of reps gets you around all the different scenarios it can do.
Yeah. It really is a very tricky card. It's one of those cards that you read it and you understand what it does on the surface, but when you play with it, it does a lot of different things because turning off all creatures really has an oddly large impact.
It really does. Who would have guessed in Modern where, and we even had an interaction come up. I was playing just a local 1K right next door in this room and had an interesting scenario that I didn't know it worked and Judge didn't know it worked and even got it wrong. It was dashing Regavan. Like I dashed it, played dress down in combat to keep something alive or get through with a Death Shadow or whatever. And I'm like, I don't know if this goes back to my hand. I don't know if dash is still there.
I assume it does.
And we both assumed it didn't. Well, I was unsure, but it is a delayed trigger and it should go back to your hand.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're totally right. So,
Got to get up pretty early.
And then I got Ren in 6 for that Regavan. The next turn, I was like, oh no.
Why aren't you in my hand?
Exactly. So, Rob, let's take one question if you got it, and then we're just going to go to the next round.
No, not right now.
All right, MTQ, if you got any questions, y'all, I know you're all dying to know which Secret Lair is Ross's favorite. So keep that in mind.
Told you, it's Secret Lair Mary Tyler Moore show.
Of course. Okay, what do you got up against me for the next round?
This is going to be one of the most interesting matchups in all of Modern, and that is a burn against Death Shadow.
And I have a little backstory of that. This is the one deck I really wanted you to put in, not because I am favored or anything, because I have been getting my butt kicked. And since I played it 5 times in 3 leagues, and since then I added the famous card against it that wasn't being played at all, and I want to see if that's even enough. Another card I was really contemplating is Dragon's Claw. I think Dragon's Claw is good. We have a lot of red cards in this deck. It might be better than this. So there's some world where I want to try that, because the way I've been losing to this matchup is I don't know if all the players are doing the same thing, but they seem to just never draw creatures post-board. So I have all this removal, and eventually they're just like, yeah, go, buy Luris, go. End step, 16 you, untap, throw more burn spells at you. And it's a strategy that's really hard for me to beat. So
that's the general pattern.
Yeah. So I don't know. Dragon's Claw is the next one I'm going to try if this doesn't work. So we are going to take a short 5-minute break. I'll be right back with this Grixis Death Shadow Gauntlet here in no time. So don't go anywhere. See you soon. All right, everybody, welcome back to Versus Live. My name is Corey Baumeister.
I'm Ross Merriam.
And we got Rob in the booth. Say what's up, Rob.
What's up, Rob?
Rob will be taking all your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure to take at Star City Games, and he will get his favorite sent over to us. So today is just come at me day on Versus Live. I've been feeling really good with this Grixis Death Shadow list. I split a local tournament this weekend. I've been playing a lot of leagues. I got a few trophies. I've been doing decent and having an absolute blast. So mostly I just wanted to play this deck for an entire day, but I also wanted to see if we could put 3 decks that have decent matchups or good matchups against it, and see if you're right, see if I'm right. And so far, got you with the elementals, but this match I am absolutely terrified of.
Interesting timing on the Come At Me show, because the last time I came at you, it didn't end well for me.
It didn't end well for me either. So I think you started the whole bad juju for that day.
Yeah, Rob, you better sleep in like some bubble wrap or something.
Yeah, I think so.
I might have to.
Injuries come in threes, So you watch where you're stepping. Don't roll an ankle or something, Rob. We need you.
Yeah. So as Corey said, I'm going to be playing Burn, which is a very tricky matchup from both sides.
Yes.
I know when Death Shadow was first emerging as a deck, everyone just assumed that the Burn matchup was going to be really bad for it.
Yeah.
You think, they just deal yourself 10 damage. It's too easy for the Burn deck to just kill you. But it ends up being this really intricate dance where the Shadow player usually has some counter spells. Back then, it was Stubborn Denial, which was even better.
Yeah.
You still have Drown in the lock. You also have a bunch of discard, which ends up being quite good. And if I go too fast trying to burn you out, you end up playing big Death Shadows and just killing me.
Yep.
Especially with Dress Down, being a sort of like your version of Teamer Battle Rage, right?
Yep.
And you've got 3 of those to help win those.
Actually
races.
Worse in this match, though, because no matter what, Dress Down can't deal more than 13. Where Death Shadow and with
Battle
how
Rage,
much you attack my life total, if I get down to 4, Battle Rage is probably going to kill you. Not the same with this. So it is a little worse here. Dress Down is not
you're
very
at,
good.
6 or below, you get more damage on a Battle Rage.
Yeah,
assuming no blockers.
Exactly.
I would say a little bit worse, but you have 3 of them, and it's still quite good.
Yeah.
And so it ends up being this really tight race, and usually the Burn player has to hold back a little bit and set up for one big turn where they fire off 2 burn spells on the end step, untap, fire off 2 more, and keep you from ever getting a big shadow and killing you all in one go. So that's what you're going to see me try to do. I'll get a little bit aggressive early, just to try to get you into that range relatively quickly. I want to make several land drops, usually at least 3, maybe 4, so I can play 2 2-drop burn spells if need be in one turn. And then you're going to see me slow down a little bit. So it's not going to be get you to 10 on turn 2 and then fire off a burn spell a turn. It's going to be like a get you to 14, 15, make you deal yourself some extra damage if you want to shadow me, and then go from there.
Yeah, no, it's a tricky one, and I think I've played it like 5 times this last week, and I'm 2-3. So this is a matchup that I have been pretty consistently losing, and if I win it, it's extremely close. So it's not easy, that's for sure. So, guessing you want to go first?
I do indeed.
Okay. I like that you're thinking about a mulligan, because that deck does not mulligan very much.
I know. I think this has to be a mulligan. If you just kill my Goblin Guide, which you're very incentivized to do, my hand just does nothing.
Okay.
It's a bunch of 2-drops and skewers that end up being really awkward with this Goblin Guide.
And only 1 land, I'm going to keep. It's not, amazing or anything, and even just looking at my hand, just the lands, like, okay, do I try to play as conservative as possible, try to play tap lands, delay myself a turn? Do I try to throw out threats first and then try to back them up? Like, it's just such a song and dance in this matchup from both sides, so, but I will still keep. Lucky. All right.
Okay. Better 6 here.
Or if you got the same 6, you'd probably still keep it.
On 6, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's definitely a keep.
Okay.
And pretty easy to put that one back.
Already.
I will lead on Inspiring Vantage and a Swift Spear. And
Okay.
For 1.
19.
Pass the turn.
All on tap. Not a bad draw. I will start by bobbling myself. I do want that card. So I'm going to play this land. And yeah, and then I'll just draw. Pass to you. And here's the decisions already on turn 2.
I will Lava Spike you.
Lava Spike me, huh? Now I'm going to respond. I was probably just going to put this land into play tapped, but I will take 3 and bolt. So I'll bolt myself and I'll bolt that.
So you go to 16, then 13?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
So I took total of 6.
Yep. And now I will suspend a Rift Bolt. So
Okay.
if Corey wants to shadow me next turn, he's going to have
It's
to
not the
do
best
some more
play,
damage.
yeah. Okay. I will untap, draw. Bit of an awkward one there. I'm going to take 2.
Brings you to 11.
And going to Thought Seize you.
Oh, you got a Skewer.
Okay.
Go to 9.
Go to 9. And then I'm going to play a Death Shadow at a convenient 4/4, and I'll pass to you.
Okay. And now I have a real tough choice.
Yep. Dealt myself a lot of damage that turn, which you don't really want to do, but I wanted to play a threat. 4/4 Death Shadow is kind of that sweet spot against you where there's no one removal spell that kills it.
Yeah. And here you see the real issue with my mulligan here. If you put one spell on any random burn spell in my hand, I'm looking great.
Yeah.
Right? I just send the Rift Bolt upstairs. I got to draw one burn spell.
Yep.
And you're pretty dead. And now I have to decide,
Yeah, I may be able to 2-hit you, essentially.
yeah, with the shadow. So if I put you to 6, that's a 7. The good news is if you want it to be a 2-turn clock, you've got to deal yourself 3, and then I only need the one more burn spell.
Yep. A little
Could
risky.
have some combination of bolts, dashed Rogovins, that kind of thing going on.
Or counter spells to then protect later.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I could have a lot of good things.
A dress down would make it a 2-turn clock as well.
Yep.
Yeah, so there's just too many ways, I think, for this to be a 2-turn clock regardless, that I think I just got to send the Rift Bolt upstairs.
Yep. I'll go to 6.
I will draw.
Okay.
That's a pretty good one.
Okay.
I will play a Canyon.
Okay. Now, what do we want to do?
I will pass the turn.
Okay. Untap.
Yep.
Oh, draw. Now let's go with No real great play from me here, unfortunately. So we're just going to go with the Dash Ragavan.
Sure.
Attack.
This is an attack for 9.
Yep.
I will go to 11.
Okay, and I get your top card.
Trigger on the stack, I will Lightning Helix you.
Okay.
So I'll go back up to 14, and you'll go to 3.
Yep. Pretty strong. Well, that would have been the lethal, at least.
Good news for me here is that even if I draw a land, I can sack Sunbake Canyon and find any 1 or 2 mana burn spell, even if it's Inspiring Vantage, because I can sack the cannon first, then play Vantage as my 3rd land.
Yeah, and I didn't have a counter spell or anything, so I just have to go full steam ahead. Hope you didn't draw a double burn spell, but the deck's full of them, so it's not too hard to do.
Inspiring Vantage, so let's sack cannon first.
Okay.
Play Inspiring Vantage and pass.
Oh, okay, so I'm at, this is 10, this is 13. Well, no, this is only, oh, that is Delirium, okay.
Might is dead. Yeah, you just dash Ragavan if you have Delirium.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a 2 draws to any burn spell, hit land.
Yep. And those are the games that I win. It's the one where I put you in a position where you have to get unlucky, where you have to brick. I mean, sometimes it's maybe you brick on 1 draw step, or it's brick on the Sunbake, but that's like my only hope. Or if I had Drown there, I think I would just lock you out, you know?
Oh, yeah.
But I did not.
Yeah, mulligan, draw 5 lands, 5 spells, and
Yep. Too much for burn. Too much for burn. All right, well, that is the game I'm not supposed to win, so I feel decent to sneak that one out. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with sideboarding here between Grixis Death Shadow and Boros Burn. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to Versus Live. We're sideboarding in our matchup between Boros Burn and Grixis Shadow. On my side of things, I'm going to be bringing out Monastery Swiftspear. The Shadow deck just has piles and piles of removal, so you usually don't want to have creature heavy draws, and you don't want to draw them later in the game. Swiftspear is the worst one because it's the one that encourages you to tap out a lot, and that's not what I want to be doing in this matchup. Bring in some removal. I know most burn lists have Path to Exile, or at least a Path Prismatic Ending split, but to be honest, I just think Prismatic Ending is better.
Yeah.
You know, certainly better in like mirrors and aggressive matchups where you just want to use your removal spell early. You don't want to give them a land. You know, there aren't that many creatures that you really want a path that you can't Prismatic Ending, like Aluris, I guess. Although
Dash Ragavan, that's the big one. But
you have so many ways to deal with that. And same with Luris, like it's just a 3/2. Like you can use a burn spell on it.
True.
But dealing with Death Shadows, really important. Early Dragon's Rage Channelers can be important to answer. And then Prismatic Ending, you know, like Path Exile, deals with early core Firewalkers, but it also hits, you know, Dragon's Claws if people start playing those again.
Yeah. And I like I said, I'm thinking about it. If these don't perform for me, that's the next card I'm going to try, because I have a lot of red cards, especially post board. I trim basically all my just blue and black cards, you know, so it actually seems kind of sweet. And
then just to get out the last Swiftspear, I'm bringing in a Skullcrack. I was tempted to bring in Deflecting Palm, and I think people do bring this card in quite a bit in a matchup like this because they have it in their mind that, oh, I'll just Deflecting Palm their big shadow and it'll be great. And yes, when you get to do that, it is great, but it is so hard to do against a deck that has not only counter spells, but also discard spells. So you can just so often see the Deflecting Palm coming, very easily play around it, and then it is also often just a dead draw at the top. This is a matchup where a lot of the games just come down to 1 draw step. I need to draw a burn spell, so I'm going to just bring in the consistent 2 mana, 3 damage burn spell.
No, I've had quite a few people trying to deflect upon me, and like that's one reason I leave in Croxas, because just the pre-combat Croxa during those scenarios and just don't attack with it can nab that last card. Also, that just taking your resources early and on the game can be valuable, but I don't think it's very good against me either.
Exactly.
I've never lost to it.
Yes.
To say the
I think this is a card that you bring in matchups where they can't possibly see it coming. So Hammer is the obvious one.
Yeah,
it's going to be great in that matchup, so I like having a couple on the sideboard. It's also
got to be great against Hammer.
It's also just a solid card in the mirror. It's like another Lightning Helix. So it can be good there. So Palm has its applications, but you shouldn't be bringing it in every matchup where they have a big creature.
Totally agree. Yeah, it seems like a Hammer time card for sure.
Anytime they have discard or counter spells, I'm not interested in it.
Cool. So from me, I'm going to take the card that deals myself a lot of damage. We saw it be excellent there, to be honest, when it put me down to 9. Not good enough, in my opinion. So we're going to take those out. Going to take out 2 dress downs, leaving in 1, taking out the Colligan's command because it's a bit too slow. I've been going between taking out like trimming Croxa, trimming dress down, but I think just dress down is the worst. It doesn't shut down any of your creature's abilities really. Like if I'm shutting down Eidolon, it still deals me damage, so that's not very good. And my Death Shadows get big enough already. So I just want to be the control deck. I just want to bring in a plethora of removal. Flusterstorm is a pretty good 1-mana counter spell against you, and I just want to try to slow things down in the areas that I can control, and then still keep my Death Shadows as the way to close out the game, because Ragavan and Dragon Rage Channeler are not that great in this. If I'm playing those, if I'm taking 3 to play a Channeler, and you just have like a Searing Blaze, it's like, okay, this is not it, But
the Shadow deck doesn't want to play a straight race because you're not favored in the straight race, but you also don't want to slow the game down interminably and play like a straight control deck. You got to get the game over with because every draw step represents, like 1.7 damage. Or
something like that. That's for sure. All right, Rob, you got any questions for us while we get ready for the second game?
I do. So the one I was saving, Okara 115, wanted to know, what do you think about Burn with Dragon's Rage Channeler and Ragavan instead of perhaps like some of the Goblin guys?
You mean life total control?
Yeah,
that's life total control, Rob. Yeah. Oh my God. I was watching Aspiring Spike stream. Once again, if y'all haven't checked it out, he's got an awesome stream. Super cool dude. But just saying like, it's this Burn. It's like, oh, so that's Burn. And it's like, no, I mean, it's a new take on an aggressive deck that has some burn spells. And they're like, yeah, I guess. Okay. So, they're trying to go through what to call it. And we're like, all right, it's just life total control. And I just fell out of my chair laughing. It was so good. But it makes sense to me. I did play against it. I did lose to it. That was one of the 2 3s. I kind of grouped it in with Burn, even though. And I think it's interesting. I mean, just play the good cards. It's a good thought to have in Magic. Like, just play good cards, and it's usually favorable. The one thing I will say, even in this matchup, I think I would have a better matchup against that style of deck because there's a lot more creatures, and that's all I want to be doing. I want to play against creatures. I want to kill a creature on turn 1. I want to kill a creature on turn 2. So there's certain applications where that's going to be a better deck, and there's some where it's not going to be. Like Tron, I think I'd rather have Ragavans because it's just an insane 1-drop that they can't deal with very easily. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
I think Ragavan is a very good 1-drop against Tron when you're playing disruption for them, and you get to then hold up your counter spells and play your creatures and have that aggro control game plan working.
Yeah, otherwise Goblin God might just be better.
If I'm playing burn spells, I just want to get them dead.
Yeah,
and so to me, I ultimately think it's worse because I think, like you said, it has its pros and cons where you're able to grind a little bit better, but you're worse at just being a burn deck. Mm-hmm. And then at a certain point, if you're trying to be a grindy deck with Dragon's Rage Channeler and Ragavan, why are you playing Lava Spike?
Yeah.
That's the dividing line for me. It's like once you put Lava Spike in your deck and you commit that hard to being a burn deck, then you need to go all the way. That's the point of no return.
Yeah.
So I'd be interested in a burn heavy deck like that plays, sort of, it would be more like a prowess deck to me. I think at that point you just want to be playing a prowess shell and have Lava Dart in your deck and Monastery Swift Spear and Soulscar Mage.
Okay.
So you're a bunch of red 1-drops. Maybe you're Oboshing because your deck is all 1s and 3s.
Sure.
Light up the staging and things like that. So that's where I would go, where it looks like a burn deck, but it has this fair, grindy game plan.
Yeah.
I would not put Lava Spike in a deck.
I can't imagine you'd want to be Oboshing in this. Like, it's so expensive. You don't get to play Boros Charm. That just feels wrong.
Well, I wouldn't be playing Boros Charm. Once I'm playing Dragon's Rage Channeler and Ragavan, I don't want to play spells that only go upstairs.
Okay.
And that's what I meant by Lava Spike. Is it like that's that archetype of card? I'm fine playing like Rift Bolt if that's what you want to be doing. Obviously, you're going to be playing Lightning Bolt. Searing Blaze seems great.
Hear me out though. Turn 1 Ragavan. Turn 2 Boros Charm. Double strike. 2 treasures.
That sounds pretty cool.
That does sound pretty cool, right? Come on, how can you say no to that? How have we not double struck the Ragavans yet? I think we broke it. We broke it today, y'all.
I'll just get my Ragavan out.
Yeah, absolutely. That's actually your Ragavan. I had to show it the light of day and show it a tournament.
Yeah, so far I've just had it in a deck box.
Yeah. Ross, we played a draft just at the local area, and Ross just rips a Ragavan in his prize pat. Like, come on.
He's
All right.
He's got to get lucky at something after.
That's true.
Burn spells, right?
I steal all his luck here. That's for sure. All right, I'm guessing you want to go first.
I do.
Okay.
I will be keeping my hand.
Yeah, me as well. It's nothing amazing, but it's a hand.
Okay, I am going to crack this Arid Mesa, go to a 19.
You're at 19. Wow, you have a one drop? How lucky.
Getting a basic mountain.
Okay, okay.
I will play a Goblin Guide.
Okay.
Attack and trigger.
Bang. Gotcha. I will go to 18.
Pass the turn.
Okay. Now I'm
Corey's
going to draw.
incentivized to play a spell.
I am indeed. So, spell acquired. And yeah, I just don't have to pop it if I don't want to. But I do actually kind of want to look.
You do have to lock it.
I do have to pop, lock, and drop it.
Also,
Yeah,
Chad
absolutely.
agrees. You finally figured out a way to make Ragavan good. Can't believe it.
Yeah, I know. Shocking,
We've
right?
been trying hard on this show, and it's just card just hasn't really lived up to the hype, you know?
It really hasn't. It really hasn't. I don't.
It's no Goblin Guide.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think I actually want this card since I already have one of them.
It's not even that much better than Jackal-Pup, to be honest. They're both 2/1s.
I'm going to fetch, and I'm only going to take one, and I'm going to play a Ragavan
I was gonna say
with a
that's
mountain.
the boomer reaching into the magic.
you're at
archives
17.
Right there.
Yep. Just getting a mountain, and I'll pass to you. I'll draw off bobble during your upkeep.
Okay, I have a Sacred Foundry. I will go to 17.
Okay.
I would like to Searing Blaze, Ragavan, and you.
Yeah, all
I'll go to
right.
14, and then I will attack with Goblin Guide and trigger it.
I'll go to 12, and I'll put that swamp into my hand.
That gets the other basic. You can go.
Believe it or not, my hand is still not great. So I'm at 12. 12, 12, 12. See what I want to do now. Let's go with all right. I'm going to crack this, go to 11, and then I'm going to go to 9.
Don't have another basic left to find. I know that.
That's true. That's true. So I'm going to get Watery Grave here. Go to that magical number of 9. I'm going to play the Death Shadow. And I'll pass to you. My hand is still surprisingly quite bad, even though you let me draw like 9 cards here.
Oh, hopefully you can draw another one. Because I got Prismatic Ending for the Shadow.
How would you like to target this?
I would not.
Okay.
Play a Sunbaked Canyon, attack a Goblin Guide. You gotta...
I'm going to bolt it.
Okay.
So I'm still at 9. This hand is impressive, Rob. Wouldn't you agree?
7 cards in hand.
7. Yeah. And I guess you know this, this, and I think that's it.
I'm just going to take the time while you're tapped out to Boris Trime.
So I go to 5. You go to 16.
Yep.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
5. And you have 2 cards?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So I could put... could play something to try to give myself a chance to... I guess I can't do that. Never mind. Forget what I say. Let's go with a... I'm going to play a Swamp. I'm going to play a Ragavan, and I'm going to pass to you. I'm at 5 life. Living on a prayer here.
I'll play Sunbaked Canyon.
Okay. Where's my Dragon's Claws? I need that.
Yeah, I'll go to 15 and buy Luris,
Okay.
and I'll pass the turn.
You go to 15. Untap. Upkeep. Draw.
Good.
I will attack with Ragavan.
I'll go to 13.
Treasure. All right. I don't really want to cast that. So I am going to Kroxa.
You've not played a land yet?
I have not. Let me tell you, I have them. Tough choice.
Yeah, it is a tough choice. 6 cards in hand.
Yep.
And I think I know just one.
Yeah, I think you know. Yep.
I also know there's a drown in the lock, but that's beside the point.
No, I've not revealed anything of the sort.
Yeah, definitely don't have one of those.
You can't read me. There's no play I made that was obvious that I had a drown in the lock, okay? Not a single play.
So because of this Kroxa, I actually think the Luris in my hand is not particularly good.
Okay.
It's like a 4-mana, 2-damage burn spell, and then you can just play Kroxa and hold up Ragavan and have 2 good blockers.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna pitch the Luris.
I was hoping you wouldn't do that, so good play. I'll play Blood Crypt and I'll pass to you.
Okay, on your end step, I'll bolt you, taking 1.
Bolt me,
I'm
okay.
at 12, you go to 2.
Yep. Got the goods?
Of course not.
Got some redraws.
Pass the turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw. That wasn't bad. I will start by attacking with Ragavan.
I will go to 10.
10. I get a treasure. Okay. I'm going to cast Collective Brutality. I'm going to escalate it once, duress you, and lose 2. I gain 2.
Response helix you.
Okay, I will... Well, I guess I will counter that or die, so... Yeah, I will drown that.
Okay, brutality's fine. So I go to 8, you go to 4?
Yeah. And I will put this into play tapped, and I'll pass to you.
Okay,
I hope there's a bolt on top, so you could have just won the game.
Does the 1 damage matter? I'm just thinking about Searing Blaze. That's why I want to leave the fetch land uncracked.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I go to 7. This will put me to 6, and this is only 5 still. So I think I can afford to take the 1. So yeah, end step, I'll go to 7 and crack a canyon.
That's 5, except I'm also going to hit a bolt off the top of your deck, so.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I drew a land, so might as well thin my deck. I'll go to 6.
Okay.
Oh, my God. Of course.
Man, the variance of your draws. I still feel very disadvantaged, unless I have a drown in hand. Then I feel pretty good.
Even if you don't, I've got to draw 2 burn spells and 3 draws again.
Or 1 Borostrom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It counts as 2 burn spells.
That's true. Yeah, Goblin Guide, that adds a little something to it. GL. I don't mean that.
Sack Canyon.
Okay. Hope it's Inspired Vantage.
Lava Spike you.
I'm at 1.
Play a Mire, fetch to 5, get a mountain, and play an Eidolon. Got a drown?
I do not.
Okay, then I think I win.
I guess you do, don't you?
Essentially, I'm at 5 and you're at 1, so you can't cast a spell. If you attack, you lose.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
if you don't, eventually I will draw a burn spell.
Yeah, I think you're right. Let's try it out. But yeah, I don't have anything for this. Tilt,
I couldn't beat a drown, but
and there's nothing I can get off the top of your... Oh, that's not true. It's not true. I can get Prismatic Ending off the top of your library and make an expensive card. Cast it for a lot. Oh. And there's no spell in my deck that's cost more than 3 that I can pay X amount for. So, yeah, I mean, that's my out. Let's do it.
and there's certainly no way I'm blocking.
Okay.
So I will go to 3.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yep, you win. I had some removal, but yeah, Eidolon there was nice. Eidolon there was nice.
I can't. I just draw the burn spell at the start and not have this weird sweat.
I like a weird sweat. Weird sweats are good. All right. Force in the game 3. Yeah, that was a good game. That was a good game. The 1 drown was not enough. I had to deal myself that big chunk early to play a Death Shadow. You know, maybe I always look back and be like, okay, maybe I did something wrong by putting that amount of dealing myself that amount of damage. It's the whole point is I want to just try to deal myself next to nothing, you know. So there's always time to just think, what if I did something a little different? Because this match is comes down to such small details, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But every time you do something different 5 turns before, then I'm going to play differently as a result. And
Exactly.
You have no idea how things
It's like
are gonna play out.
impossible to judge. Yeah.
Too many trees.
All right, Rob, do you got a question for us while we shuffle up for this third game?
I do have a question.
What we got?
So we've kind of seen a disappearance of Titan in the metagame after it was
Yeah.
so strong at the beginning.
Yeah.
I had a few people asking about it, actually. So what do you think is the issue with the deck, and do you think that there's a way that it comes back?
Seems like a Ross question because I'm still kind of confused. I know Unholy Heat is a big factor, but I don't know if that could be it.
So Unholy Heat is definitely a factor. It is not the sole factor. Part of
Yeah.
it is just the fact that the rest of the metagame got a lot more efficient. So they're able to just put you under a lot of pressure more quickly, hold up their counter spells if there is it, or tear your hand apart with discard at the same time. And you just don't have as much time to recover from those kinds of things as you used to. Also, your end game isn't nearly as robust without Field of the Dead. I know you can find like multiple sagas and try to make some tokens, but now people have dress downs and just wipes out all the constructs all at once. And things
It just
like
stops
that.
Titan, you know?
Yeah. There used to be these like cool loops people would do where they would like, you know, get a bunch of Teleri West and start using like big ballistas and engineered explosives, and there was like Academy Ruins in the deck, but there's just not really room for that because you have to be more consistent at enacting your game plan, and you have the Dryad part of the deck now that takes up a significant amount of space. So
And Dryad used to be basically unkillable outside of Path, and now just Unholy Heat and
Exactly,
terminates, you know? Like there's removal that had to come into play. Basically, in response to Murktide. Murktide, I think, the combination of Murktide and Ragavan decks being really good put Titan into a really weird spot.
For Dryad, it's also the actual Urza Saga itself that's in the same deck. So that brought people playing enchantment removal. Things like Wear Tear, which can also just destroy Amulet, and Dryad, and being very good in the matchup. That you see in a good amount of sideboards these days. So there's just a lot more good interaction for the threats than there used to be. So your Dryads and Primeval Titans die a lot more often. And you're not as good at winning through those creatures dying as you used to be.
Yeah, it is kind of a perfect storm where Titan is. I mean, like I haven't played against it at all. You know, like this whole, I maybe played 4 or 5 leagues plus the local tournament, and I didn't play it once, which just seems kind of crazy to me for how much of a staple that was to the format.
I will say I do still think the deck is powerful. I just don't think we've had somebody put the work in to figure out how a build should look.
It's got to evolve, I think.
I know. I was talking a while ago with Zach Allen, and he said that his list of Amulet plays 4 Arboreal Grazer as a Ragavan stopper, and just a way to, you know, win the game relatively quickly. And I think that's a good way to move the deck. I think the deck has to be a little bit more linear than it used to be. More just kill you with Titan. I want to play Sunhome and Boris Garrison and get that kill in because it's so easy to have double Amulet draws now with Urza Saga. Yeah, like turn 1 Arboreal Grazer, put in Urza Saga into a turn 3 kill is very easy to do.
True.
And I think that's the direction I would focus on if I were building it.
Yeah, and Prismatic Ending being able to hit Amulet too. Like there's a perfect storm of Amulet being bad right now, which is crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of decks that were propped up by the fact that their key cards were difficult to interact with.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more better interaction for those cards.
Yeah.
Heliod is another example there. Prismatic Ending just answering Heliod. When most decks like that deck would play a turn 2 Heliod off of a Utopia Sprawl, then it would just be
like I'm gonna lose eventually.
It's gonna sit in play forever. And now that is no longer the case, and the deck is just like, ooh, I don't really have any other plan.
No kidding. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Primetime went from Primetime to like the midnight time slot. It's really got backed up.
Yeah, and now we're seeing Tron be the premier big mana deck, which probably hasn't been true in 6 years.
It is pretty crazy, and that is a response to all the Regiman decks, people wanting to beat it in fair ways like Elementals and Control. And yeah, it's a weird modern format that we went through with this Modern Horizon. Let's see if Innistrad, shakes it up a bit. We'll see, but it was an interesting 3 months of how the metagame adjusted to these powerful cards.
And it's still going.
Yeah,
so we're starting to see some linear decks emerge. If you look at the results from last weekend, it's actually what I wrote my article about this week.
Yeah.
All the different fringe linear decks like Golgari Infect. There was a Slippery Bogle deck in the 12th in one of the challenges. There's a lot of you see if you total them all in one category, there's a good amount of them, but they're all different because nobody knows which ones are good and which ones are bad.
Yeah.
So if you want to know,
basically what you're saying is Modern is just great.
I think it's very cool. I do think Rogavan and DRC are a little overrepresented as far as the metagame goes.
Yeah, like they're popping up in so many decks. You know, it's kind of like Jund. We saw Jund being skewed in that direction and stuff.
There was a Jeskai Ascendancy deck with Dragon's Rage Chandler in the league dump.
Yeah, that's getting a little excessive.
Make DRC a combo card and I'm in.
There you go. All right, so I'm gonna go first in this final game of round 2.
That doesn't seem fair.
I don't even know who really wants to go first in this matchup. I'm gonna keep, but it's not amazing. Not a good one? Excellent. I
think I have to keep this one.
Okay.
On the draw, and it's better than the one I had before. I'm gonna keep this one.
Okay. Now what do I want to begin with? Let's go with... I'm going to crack this for a Blood Crypt and Inquisition you.
That's unfortunate because I already had 20 damage.
Yeah? I'm going to guess a 1-lander, eh?
1 land, 2 Boros turns, 4 3s.
Okay. That is pretty strong.
Guess I still have lethal unless you take a Boros Charm.
That's true. That is pretty strong. I will take... Pretty tough.
My guess is it's one of these 3.
Yep. That is what I'm thinking on. Actually, I'd really love to take this. That's the one.
They made a point discard spell that can take lands. I think Blackmail from Onslaught, where your opponent you reveal 3 cards to your opponent from your hand and they pick one.
Yeah.
I didn't have that one on my bingo card today. So
you didn't have that one queued up, huh? All right, I am gonna
I'm always trying to blackmail you, Rob.
I am gonna take Searing Blaze.
Sure.
And I'll pass to you. I want to play some creatures at some point.
Do you now?
Yep.
Well, I'll suspend a Rift Bolt. I'm going to go to 17 and get myself a Sacred Foundry.
Alrighty. Done.
So target player reveals 3 cards.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Choose one and discard. Yep.
That's
the 3 part on that.
Onslaught uncommon. Yeah, if they reveal their entire hand, the card would be busted.
I'm going to take
better than Thoughtseize.
I'm going to take 1.
That card was wildly unplayable.
Just going to take the old 1 here and get the swamp.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Yep. We're going to put him to 15 here in a sec with a Regavon. Dash that. All right, so 16 to 15. No land for you, and I'll return this and pass to you.
I really need to make a land drop.
Yeah.
It's a good thing I already drew one.
Oh, good for you. Good for you.
Riffle you.
I'm at 13.
That's good. I like Corey being at exactly 13.
Yeah. Yep, it's lucky.
Play an Arid Mesa.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
Okay. On tap, draw. I'm going to cast It's troublesome. This is troublesome.
What do you got?
I got stuff. Stuff and things.
Oh, well, that's what I have, which seems weird.
I'm debating if I want to just play Ragavan, dash it. You could kill it. Not the biggest deal. All right, we're going to go with Expressive Iteration.
Sure.
1, 2, 3. Oh my God. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. Oh, I'm so dead. I'm so dead. All right, we're going to exile
a spell.
Ragavan.
Put a spell into your hand.
Yep.
Put a spell on the
Put a
bottom.
spell on bottom. And I'll pass to you. That did not work out well for me.
Okay.
Took a risk trying to hit a land, but...
I will go to 14.
Okay.
I will get a basic mountain.
Okay.
And I will Boros Charm deal 4 to you.
I'm at 9. Yeah, we're dead. We're dead over here. That had to be good with that only treasure. Brutal. I just wanted to keep the marbles alive for the last round, you know?
Yeah. Track fetch.
Okay.
13.
13.
Get a basic mount.
Okay.
I will a lightning bolt you.
Okay.
Go to 6.
Skewer.
I will skewer you.
Yeah,
Go to
I'm just
3.
dead now.
I will lava spike you.
Wow. I had the Shadows of Death, you know, but I just, this hand just did not come together.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
You stumbled. I kept a good one-lander and drew land.
Yeah, and most importantly, you didn't have any creatures. You know, I mean, those are the draws that just destroy me, and that's the biggest problem for me. Like, if I had one, if I just went turn 2 Dragon's Claw there, like, what are you gonna do? You know?
I'm gonna rip Prismatic Ending.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. You do have a way to deal with it.
Or I'll just palm a Master Smithereens for my sideboard.
Of course, of course. Well, GG's. GG's.
Yeah, burn deck, we didn't get to see a real super complex game there.
Yeah, not really.
But, I think it shows the importance of Death Shadow in the matchup.
Yeah.
That's the card that makes everything complicated. The games where you don't draw Shadow, you're in this really awkward position where you don't want to deal yourself damage there because I'm a burn deck. But then if you don't, your shadows are bad that you happen to draw.
Yeah.
And you've got to play this tight balance of risk reward, whereas I just get to play my normal game plan at that point.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll aim, a burn spell at a Ragavan or a DRC to keep the pressure off of me.
Yeah.
Sometimes I won't have to, like in that game. And I just get to do my own thing, which is great. And Shadow is the real key card because it makes things really awkward for me because I have to then try to control the pace of the game. And the good thing from the burn side is the burn player is usually the person who gets to control the pace.
Almost always.
Because I get to control the size of your shadows even more than you do.
Yeah. Nope, totally agree. And we got a little time here. How about we do this? So you win this match. Let's do a pity game. Let's try these collector brutalities as Dragon's Claws just for a little experiment. Hopefully I draw them and stuff. I'm just very curious. Sure. And then we'll get to the last match for the marbles.
Yeah, we'll experiment with some claws. Give Corey some testing.
So if I draw these collector brutalities, we're going to pretend they're Dragon's Claws, and we'll see how they do. So I'm pretty interested because that seems like the only card that beats draws like that, where it's just burn spell, burn spell, burn spell, and then it incentivizes me to play red cards. So even a lightning bolt coming with a gain of life could be really valuable.
Also really cool with Ragavan where you're dashing it every turn. And just gaining a life.
No matter what, gaining 1, and then maybe hitting a red card off yours. So I could be dashing it, gaining 2 life, dealing you 2. And, maybe bolting you or something as well. So I think that might be the card that could flip the matchup. But, you know, to consistently draw it, you got to play 3, and that's a lot. But Burn is being played in a ridiculous amount right now.
You don't have to play 3 to consistently draw it. You just have to be very lucky.
You just have to be very lucky, yeah. Says the guy who just rattled off 2 lands off the top. I think you're probably going to beat me only if you got 1. I'll go first. All right. I'll try it.
I'll keep.
Okay, I will play a land and I'll pass to you.
Tap Sacred Foundry.
Okay. Very popular starts from both decks. I'm going to take 2. I'm going to 18. I'm going to dash Ragavan. Oh,
Would you like to cast this?
I would not. Thank you.
You have a target.
I do have a target.
white
I have
mana.
2 targets. Then I will. It's close. I'll Inquisition you. Okay. I will take Prismatic Ending, and I'll return this to my hand, and I'll pass to you. Just cleaning up Prismatic Endings left and right. We play with those revealed, good sir.
Yeah, I'll reel this other one too.
Okay, sure. Done?
Yep.
All right, I kept because I have the Collective Brutality. So this is a Dragon's Claw now. God, should I label this somewhere?
I will respond by bolting you.
Okay. So I'll just put
I'm gonna
that.
take
This is
one
a
for that.
claw.
So I go to 17, you go to 15.
Anybody who just joined, we're testing out this card. Yes, so I will go to 15 past you. So I'll take 2.
Yep. Go to 13.
Yep. This is like the idea, and I could have played it last turn, but I wanted to use an Inquisition to make sure Prismatic Ending was clear.
I'll pass the turn.
Okay. Let's play a Dragon Rage Channeler, gain 1.
14.
Go to 14, and then I'll play Ragavan, gain 1.
15.
And I'll pass to you.
End step, I will go to 16, Helix U.
Helix me? Wow,
Yeah,
okay.
You're going to end at 13, I'll go to 19.
Okay, sure. If I lose this game too, I'll just be like, okay, I'll just scrap this matchup. It's over. So this should be the game that I would win if Claw is indeed good.
Do 4 in hand.
4 in hand. And I won't lie to you, they're not good. I kept the hand very much on the power of the Claw.
I was very much hoping to draw a land for this Searing Blaze. I did not, but I think I got to fire it off. I definitely don't want Ragavan hitting me. So you're going to stay at the same life total. Ragavan's going to die. I'll take 1, go to 18.
Okay.
And I'll pass the turn.
All right. Upkeep. I'm going to Lightning Bolt you, Surveil.
And gain a life.
Yep.
14. I'll be at 15.
This is like the one card that I would maybe keep that isn't a land. I'm still going to bin it. So I go to 14. Draw. Oh, punished. Attack for 1.
14 all.
Pass to you.
Do the land.
Draw it, of course. Yep.
I don't want to just kill this DRC.
Yeah.
Not sure if I really have to until you.
It's hitting you for 1.
I'm going to spike you.
Take 2.
You're 12.
12.
Pass the turn.
Okay. Upkeep.
You're good.
Draw. Excellent, excellent. I will attack for 1,
13.
and I'll pass to you.
End step, I'll go to 12 and Boros Charm you.
Take 3 down to 9.
Yep. Arid Mesa, go to 11 by Luris.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
I will draw. Hit the land. Yeah, being able to bring back claws with Luris, that's actually kind of cute too. Not that that's going to come up a ton.
Yeah.
And you have nothing to bring back as of now, right?
Nope.
Okay. So, go to 8. That's, yeah, pretty tough for me to actually die. So I'm going to fetch. And
8.
yeah, it's either blue-black or black-red. Guess blue-black. I'm going to put it into play tapped.
Okay, staying at 8.
Yep. Just to hit Delirium here, and then I'll attack for 3. Shoot a 10.
Yeah, I'll go to 10, get a basic mountain, and attempt a bolt on the DRC.
Okay.
You gain 1.
I'll go to 10. 10 all. This is a game of Magic. Then I'll pass to you.
You're going to go to 9.
Yeah, I fetched. Yep. 9 to 10?
Yep.
Got it. All right, so I'm dead to triple Boros Charm.
I do have 3 in my deck.
That's true. That's true. All right,
That's
so I
not
know
even
you have
counting the 2
Spike
on
and
my slate.
Luris, right?
Yeah.
Yep, okay. Don't think I was winning this game if this is a brutality, for what it's worth. And I think this is only coming in the burn matchup, so it makes sense that Claw is just a better card. Brutality is not a great card in other matchups. It's like one of those cards you're like, I guess I'll bring in this as another duress, or I guess I'll bring this in because it can kill a noble hierarch. It's never like, I'm excited to bring in brutality in any other matchup.
I cannot imagine Corey not having a removal spell for this Luris.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to crack the Canyon.
Okay.
And then play a Canyon.
Okay.
And do I want to just fire off this Spike? Yes.
I am at 7.
You can go.
All right. Untap, draw. Let's go with Croxa, gain a life. I'll go to 8.
I'll go to 7.
Okay. And I'll pass to you.
And step crack Canyon.
Okay.
Eidolon. You gain 1 to 9.
9. Okay. That
Spender
resolves. Okay.
Pass the turn.
I will draw a card. I will pass to you.
Rift Bolt you.
So take 2.
Yeah, I go to 5.
With Rift Bolt on the stack, I'm going to...
And you gain 1, so you're up to 10.
Oh, dang it, I can't do this.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wait, yes, I can. Okay. So with Rift Bolt on the stack, I am going to terminate, gain a life, but... So I just take 1.
So you go back to 9. Because you gain 1 off the...
Oh, yeah. So I'm at 9, so that goes away, and then I'll Flusterstorm this. So
For 3?
for 4, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4.
No. You get a Storm for each spell played before it.
Yeah.
That's 2.
Oh, yeah, and then the third. Okay, well, yeah, not ideal. Okay, still.
And then you go to 6. We got 6 to 5.
Go to 6, pass to you.
Draw for turn.
Yep.
Play this tapped and pass.
All right. I will untap. I will draw. We'll go with a Death Shadow, and I'll pass to you.
Crack Foothills, go to 4.
Okay.
And get a mountain.
Okay. Got anything to return with that, Luris?
I have the Eidolon.
You do have the Eidolon.
Play Luris, play Eidolon.
Yeah, in response to Luris, I'll dress down.
Oh.
So no Eidolon for you.
So I'm dead.
No, because this will go away. Oh,
Yeah,
but
like
yeah.
any removal spell.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you are dead.
You literally need any
I was like, it's not
removal spell.
13-13, but yeah, you are low. But
Yeah.
Okay, well, that was a pretty cool experiment with Dragon's Claw instead of Collector Brutality.
You ended the game at 6, and I'm pretty sure you gained well more than that with the
Not a chance I was winning with that draw if that was Collector Brutality. Not a chance.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the smallest sample size that we could possibly have. But it leads me to believe that if Collector Brutality is not a card that I desire in any other matchup, but I'm worried of this matchup, I think it should be Dragon's Claw. And you have answers for it, so it's not like it's going to be the catch-all, end-all, like I play it, it's over, but it has a better chance than a Collector Brutality, I think, so.
Yeah, and you're right, Burn is getting very popular in leagues. I hear everybody talking about it, so I'm expecting at least some hate to start popping up if it stays that popular. I can't imagine it's as popular in the big events. I think Burn typically, when it's good, becomes very popular in leagues because it's very fast. You get through a lot of leagues.
Everyone's had these cards. It's probably the cheapest deck too. Yeah.
So I think that's part of it. So I wouldn't expect Burn to be as popular in the big events on the weekends.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong, but that's a pretty big risk to put such a targeted piece of hate in your sideboard.
Yeah.
But if it does prove that, then you're going to see Dragon's Claws and Core Firewalkers and Timely Reinforcements and the like.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you want to go farm some Magic Online queues, put some Dragon's Claws in there instead of the Brutalities. I think they're pretty decent. So that's going to do it for our second round. We are 1-1. We are going to be playing for the Marbles next round. What's the last deck you got up against me?
I'm going to be playing one of the sort of new archetypes that is emerging, and this is a mid-range deck that he's using Renin 6 and Urza's Saga.
Won the challenge, right?
Won the challenge. We've seen Gruul versions of this that are heavy on Delirium. This is more just like the John Dragovan deck with Urza's Saga in it, and also playing Renin 6. And we'll see how that goes. There's some interesting interactions with Saga and Dress Down that we've mentioned.
Beat Ufatafa in the finals again. I feel like he's just starts in the finals, and every other spot of the top 7 is decided later.
But this is going to be this is a deck that is emerging. I saw a lot of them in challenge results over the weekend. People are playing this deck. They're starting to tune it. So if you're going to be picking up any deck right now, this is sort of the new future test. You could be prepared for everything that you've seen before, but now you got to be prepared for this as well.
This is a new one. Yeah, I'll see if my Alpine Moons are enough for that constant recursion of Urza Saga, because I was just reading a post from the person who won it, and they're just like, yep, I have the early game with Ragavan Channelers. That's still that really, really strong early game, and then you own the late game with Renin 6 and Urza Saga just constantly cranking out stuff. It makes sense. It's a recipe that does make sense to me on paper, and if it performs as well, I'm excited to see this deck in action. I haven't played it yet either. So
and it's one of those things where I think unless you're putting me under a lot of pressure, I'm eventually going to overload your Dress Downs.
Yeah.
So the engine beats a single piece of hate unless you can kill me with the tempo gain that you get.
Yeah.
So that's going to be an important element of the matchup, and I think it'll be really interesting.
No, Elementals was the first one. I know you're getting old, you're forgetting things, but last one is.
Element of.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know words aren't your strong suit, but of is one of those prepositions.
Or walking. Clearly, walking is not either one of my strong spots.
W's of any kind.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
Can you whistle?
I'm pretty good at wins, so I got that going on. So, Rob, we're going to take a short 5-minute break, and we'll be right back with round number 3 here on Versus Live.
Hello and welcome to Top Gun Live. I'm Ross Merriam.
And I'm Iceman.
And we've got around the booth, say Need for Speed, Rob.
Need for Speed, Rob.
You've combined a lot of different movies here. I like it. That's a good look for you.
Yeah, I think so. Rob will be taking all of your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure to tag at Star City Games so he can see them and send his favorites to us.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, that was beautiful. You got everyone going now.
That's generally what I aim to do. That's why I'm here.
I'm proud of you.
You're the one who knows how to play Magic, and I'm the eye candy.
That's fair.
I know
That's
the rules
fair.
that we have.
It's hard for me to concentrate most of the time sitting across from this. It's just gorgeous. So yeah,
It's really why I have to keep the mask on.
yeah, absolutely makes sense.
Yeah, at least covers up a little bit of it. Cuts the distraction.
I thought it was because you cut all your beard in this
Never
specific
gonna
area and you didn't like it.
No,
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
never gonna happen.
Gotcha.
I have thought about leaving just that and having mutton chops.
Ooh.
You shave the entire chin.
Okay.
And you get the old Civil War general look going on.
I think that's a great look for you. I'd say give it a shot, wouldn't you, Rob?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna have a poll in the chat, and then I'll just do whatever chat says at the end of the round.
We got Mutton Chop Merriam here coming back on Thursday.
That might be good.
Yeah. There's your next Halloween costume, right?
I'm thinking about it.
I like it.
I'm really thinking about it.
Well, he ponders over that. We're going to talk about this last match here. I'm once again playing the Death Shadow deck. We're going to be playing for the marbles up against the new deck, on the block. It is a deck that won this last challenge, beating Wafatafa again in the finals. It seems like he loves this blue-white control deck. He's like, okay, control's good. I'm going to play this constantly.
And I've started to see other people, have success with it as well. I think Gabe Nassif lost the finals of the other challenge we did, and
he did.
You saw some other people playing it, and they're in down the standings. So the control deck seems real. And, we tested that last week, and you were able to win with it too, which is the first time anyone other than Wafatafa has won with a Wafatafa deck in 20 years.
I know, especially on Versus Live. Azorius Control is one of those decks that's very cursed on this battlefield. Tron is, as well, as we saw from you that same day. So I guess your cursed was outweighing my curse.
Yeah, we know we can start ranking the Versus Live.
Yes.
Versus.
Yeah, but no, I think Azorius Control is a real deck right now. I think it's really good. And it makes sense that this was the deck to kind of beat it, though, because Urza Saga is that card that really scared away control when it was being played in every deck, right? Food decks control decks did not want to play against food decks. Food is non-existent now, right? We don't see Asmore at all. And it makes sense when there's a lot of decks that are coming around that are A, have bigger than 6 toughness creatures like Murktide, and B, when Asmore is bad against it, like against Azorius Control, it's an awful deck, except Urza Saga. So the Urza Saga itself here in your deck is very good against control. Makes sense why this person beat Wafatafa in the finals, and we'll see. And that's also a reason why we see so many Spreading Seas in those kind of decks. That's the card to help. But when they're coming back all the time, that's tricky.
There's just such a wide range of threats in this deck now. You have those great early red creatures. You have the beef in Tarmogoyf.
Yep. You
have Ren and 6 as this planeswalker that sits on the battlefield, generates a lot of value, and you got answered at some point. And then Urza Saga in combination with Ren and 6 creates this incredible late game and gives you a little bit of a tutor package. You can needle a planeswalker.
Yep.
Stop those Teferis, which is really good against the control deck.
Shadow Sphere to go over the top and make your constructs gain you a bunch of life to leverage the creature matchups. I forget all the 1-drops, but there's a map to find more.
There's a map. There's a Pirate Spellbomb. There's a Nile Spellbomb in the main, and then Needle in the side.
Okay, cool.
And then there is a Ghost Quarter as well. So if the game goes super long, you can use Urza Saga into Expedition Map to find your Ghost Quarter and start looping that with Ren and 6.
Yeah.
That could actually be relevant in this matchup because you don't have a lot of total lands that make mana.
Exactly. And I only have 2 basics.
2 basics and maybe 4 or 5 shock lands. Usually in those shadow lists. So that's definitely something that could happen if the games go long in this matchup. The wide range of threats is great. And if you look at challenge results from last weekend, you saw a lot of different variations of this deck. The original was that Gruul, just straight Delirium deck with Traverse the Ulvenwald, which looks really cool. They've got a Fury and an Endurance and a Seasoned Pyromancer, a Bone Crusher Giant. I've seen a lot of different one-ofs in the package there. I saw teamer lists that were playing Aether Spellbomb to tutor 4 and some counter spells and some other stuff. Expressive Iteration to play with the blue. So doing the sort of the same thing that the other Ragavan decks were doing, but just always playing Gruul as the base. And figuring out what other colors. I'm sure we'll see a Nihilist with Prismatic Ending at some point.
Might as well. It is getting kind of crazy how much Ragavan DRCs are just going into every archetype. That is the cause. Normally, I'm not a ban talk type of person, but that is when it gets to the point where it's just like, okay, every deck is kind of looking the same, and if they're all winning, that's the problem, you know. And that's not for sure the case yet. There's decks that are doing well that are outside of it, but there's a lot of them.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of those decks around,
Yeah.
and you know, we'll see if it becomes a problem. But so far, generally fine.
Yeah.
And this is a really sweet deck, and we'll see how the Grixis Shadow deck stacks up. Because
All right.
There's a lot of different dynamics here.
Let's battle. I'm going to be starting. This is for Zymarbles.
Real quick.
Yes.
Real quick.
What you got?
Somebody spent a lot of channel points, I think.
Okay.
And Mutton Chops currently won the poll for how Ross should cut his hair.
Okay. That checks out to me.
89% with 368 votes.
Okay. That checks out. That really checks out.
So Ross, you said you would, so now you have to.
Do you have
Now
to
you have
spend
to.
a lot of channel? Do you just get more votes by spending channel points? Is that how it works?
Yeah, I think I set it to like 10 channel points or something. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how channel points works in that regard, but
Okay.
all right, mutton chops are coming. All right, can I possibly keep this looser gooser here on the play? You have like Ren and 6, so these X ones are probably not great. All right, we'll mulligan. It's interesting. On the draw, I think I would consider that because we get to look at a lot of cards with the Unholy Heats, but you're not necessarily playing. You have DRCs and you have Ragavan, so the Unholy Heats will have targets, but if you play a Tarmogoyf or something, I'm like, and that's game. Let's go.
Found out who it was.
Yeah.
Anderson voted 241 times.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. That checks out.
So
That's a true
subverting
friend right
democracy
there.
over there.
All right, you're going to keep?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm on one mulligan here. Okay, I'll definitely keep. It's just what we want to put back. Probably just this. Yeah, okay. We have a game plan with this hand. Actually, this might be the card we put back. Yeah, we'll still put this back. That card is not great in the opening hand, so I'm going to take 2 and play Ragavan. Pass to you.
18. I'll play Black Blue Cliffs and Ragavan,
Copycat.
and then I'll pass the turn.
All right. That is the play I would have rather seen.
I have a hand that's much better on the play. Than
On the
draw.
play, yeah, I guess the Ragavan mirror is probably going to be that way. I'll attack. Ooh, I don't have a fetch land. That would have really put it over the top. Oh, no, and I can't even cast it. Never mind.
You have basic swamp in hand?
Pretty close. Take 2.
16.
Oh, what a tilt. And I have a Thoughtseize. Let's put myself to 14.
Okay, well, I have a bunch more one-mana creatures.
Okay, wow,
I
you
saved
do.
the bauble here to go off and surveil to make sure I could find removal.
Yep.
Not sure if that was right, but figured I was tapping out for other things in the meantime.
Yeah,
And Corey could just very easily take the bauble.
I might. You do have just double red creature. Yeah, that is not what I wanted to see. It's really not what I wanted to see. But if I could have just played that Ren and 6, that would have been so good. But Watery Grave being like the one land that hits it. If I had a Scalding Tarn there, next game. I think I'm still going to just take the Ragavan.
Okay, and you're at 14 now?
I'm at 14. I'll pass to you. And that was a bit of a T.
You have 3 in hand?
2.
2.
Not many cards after the mulligan.
Crack Verdant.
Okay. Shoot a 19 and maybe lower.
Yeah, I'm going to be getting a Stomping Ground.
Okay, put you to 17.
Should be 15.
Yeah, I guess I connected with Ragavan. So 14, 15.
Yes. Drew an interesting one.
Okay. It would have been real interesting. See what you want to do.
I will lead with a DRC.
Okay.
Then I'm going to bauble.
Okay.
Surveil.
Yep.
That one can go to the graveyard.
Okay.
Then I will bauble you.
Got a Thoughtseize, I guess, or a piece of removal. That would be the only thing that makes sense here. Otherwise, you want a DRC and then double bauble.
Well, I was going to play the card I drew, but the card on top of your deck makes me want to just run out the other DRC.
It's like I have a removal spell.
So, yeah.
Land, sorcery,
I do have
artifact,
delirium.
creature. Okay.
And then I'll pass and draw on your upkeep.
All right.
Hopefully not a... Okay, that's actually great.
Interesting. Yeah, that's not good for me. Yeah, I'm in a lot of trouble. I will just Inquisition you.
Yeah, I had an Inquisition.
Okay,
I just drew Saga off the bauble, which is probably the best draw possible.
Pretty good. And then I'll just pass.
Now I just need a Ren and 6, and then we're good to go.
Yeah, this deck is cool so far. Wow. Wow.
Ren and 6, kill Ragavan.
Yep.
Attack you for a 6.
Okay, I'll go to 8.
Play Urza Saga.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
All right.
Maybe I should just try to call the top of my deck more often.
Your go. That's a little scary for you.
That is definitely scary because I've got to attack with Channeler.
Yeah, and you have 7 damage, so you put me to 1 here. And then I have a lethal on the crackback. I guess you have.
Yeah, I do have a blocker.
You do have a blocker.
You have 1 card in hand?
1 card.
Well, I will certainly... Ooh, actually, maybe that's what I do. I can return the land and then not attack.
Yeah, that's kind of spicy. That is kind of spicy.
What does that enable me to then do?
I am at 8. 8 to 15.
So those things are 7s?
Right now they're 5s, right? Because I'm at 8.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5s.
5s.
Maybe what I want to do is just get in with 1 Channeler.
Okay.
Right? So what I can do is I can plus Ren, return a land.
Yep.
I'll play this land first, just in case you wanted to respond with an Unholy Heat.
Sure.
Because you don't have Delirium, right? Yeah.
Nope, I do not.
Yeah. So play land first, return Verdant.
Okay.
I can then attack with 1 DRC and before blocks, crack the fetch, regain Delirium, put you to 5. Now this is still lethal, but I'm showing 2 blockers.
Yeah.
And I can, just block 1. Even if I'd go to 14, I wouldn't lose to Dress Down. I don't have to block with this, and then I can kill you the next turn. I like that.
It's a pretty sweet line.
That's the play I'm going to make.
So you're going to go to 14. I'm going to go to 5.
14, you're going to go to 5.
Okay.
I have 2 8/8s. I'm going to get a tapped shock land of some kind. Definitely another black land in case Luris comes up at some point.
Okay.
So probably just another Blood
This is a sweet game already.
And then I will pass the turn.
Okay. Draw. Play a land. Well, my blockers aren't doing much here. So, yeah, I'll attack.
Before blocks, I'll make a construct.
Yep.
I'll go to blocks.
Sure.
I'll just block 1.
Okay.
Yeah, you can go to 2, and that's still not enough. Yeah, I'm at 14.
Okay.
Shadow can never kill me.
Yep.
So you're gonna have me take 8. Go to 6.
Go to 6, and then I will pass to you.
Okay. I will draw for turn.
Yep.
Trigger on the stack. Make a construct.
Okay.
Then let this happen.
Yep.
And you're at 5. I'm just going to find the Pyrite Spellbomb, so both of my channelers are lethal.
Yep, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I would like to. I guess you could have a dress down here.
That I could.
That would be still not good enough, right? Yeah, that's still not good enough because I have a third point of burn with the Ren.
Yep.
Close to good enough.
Close to good enough.
Because I already drew. Yeah, attack with both.
Dress down.
So, Construct dies.
Yeah. I'll take 2.
Go to 3.
Yep.
I will deal you 1 with Ren and 6.
Yep.
Go to 2 and
so close. I guess I had to attack Ren. Maybe I had to attack Ren last turn. I kind of spaced about Pirate Spellbomb. I was like, I think I'm actually going to get you with this dress down. And because that dress down was just the best thing I could have done that turn.
Yeah, I think you have to attack Ren. I just let it die, but the other construct doesn't matter because of the dress down.
Yeah,
it's going to die too. And then I had a Tarmogoyf,
but I think that would have been enough because all you needed was 1 blocker, right?
No, because I'm at 6. Because you got through. Oh no, because
I wouldn't have got through. You would have stayed at 14.
Yeah.
So I would have needed to draw on the lock.
Yeah. Yeah, I think.
Well, no. Then again, dress down was going to go away to keep me alive, so it would have been just normal Death Shadows, but they still would have been large enough.
Yeah, the 2 of them. I only have 1 blocker. You just kill it and both get in.
Dang.
I think
you're right. I think I would have won if I attacked Ren. Well, that was crazy.
That was a cool game.
That was a really cool game.
I had to find a really nifty line, and then you missed another sort of nifty line.
Yeah.
Because of the Pirate Spellbomb getting in there.
Pirate Spellbomb got me good. Okay, Ross takes down game number 1. We're going to head to the sideboard and see what we got. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on Versus Live. All right, everybody. Welcome back to sideboarding here between Grixis, Death Shadow, and Jund. I don't know, New Age Jund, I guess. We got a little Jund Luris, Back in my day, you cast Liliana the Veil, you had Bloodbraid Elf. Now those
took out the Tarmogoyfs.
That's true.
I feel right at home.
You really should, because Goyf is a card that, has not been doing good, needless to say. But, it's still probably pretty good against Cascading Rhinos, because it's just big.
Yeah. It also can get out of Unholy Heat range
pretty quickly.
I think one of the things about Tarmogoyf is that it really fell off when Fatal Push got printed.
Yeah,
such a clean answer.
Nobody plays that.
Yeah, this is the lowest we've seen Fatal Push ever since it was printed in Modern. Yep. It really is just not around. So creatures that can, even if it's not all the time, sometimes you don't have Delirium, then Goyf's outside of Unholy Heat range, very easily. Sometimes I can force that with Nile Spellbombs and stuff. Or sometimes you just don't draw it early, and then my Goyf gets to get a few attacks in or something like that. But once I when I have Ren and 6 and Urza's Saga as an easy enchantment to get to the graveyard, you're incentivized to get Ren and 6 off the battlefield all the time. Tarmogoyf can and everybody's got baubles, so Tarmogoyf can pretty easily get to 6, 7, 7, 8.
Yeah, and as you say that, I think I want to respect it a little bit more. I'm going to bring in my Lanterns. I kind of forgot about Goyf. I think I kind of need to, and Thoughtseize is on the play. Of course, this is a great Thoughtseize deck. It really is, but you're going to be hitting me pretty hard, and I actually like Thoughtseize a little bit more on the draw, which is kind of weird, but it might just be bad in this matchup. So I'm going to try this. I'm going to try some Lanterns, but, TLDR, I'm really not sure of how to sideboard in this. I haven't played this matchup
This is
before.
a very classic plan against Tarmogoyf back in the day when, red decks didn't have any good removal to deal with Goyf.
Yeah.
They would bring in, Relic of Progenitus to go with their bolts.
Relic is much better, too, because it hits my own graveyard, but I want my graveyard. My graveyard has some good, so...
a little bit worse here, but that's a classic plan. I like trimming on discard spells. As you see, I'm doing the same thing, cutting my Thoughtseizes, leaving my Inquisitions.
Yep.
And we're both just bringing in some extra interaction that is appropriate for the matchup.
Yep. Alpine Moon should be great against Urza Saga. That's really the only use. But, just 1 mana. You can never play Urza Saga again, and if you have one on the battlefield that's also a 1 mana strip mine, ends up being pretty good.
This is my only answer to Alpine Moons. The 1 Engineered Explosives. I wish I had something like Abrupt Decay or even Assassin's Trophy would be fine, but not found here in this list. Maybe that's something that they're going to start adapting because people will bring in Alpine Moons. Yeah,
and that's the thing is Alpine Moon is a known card, and even if you destroy it,
Tron, really.
Yeah, and it's targeting a different matchup, but Urza Saga, it's definitely good for Hammer Time as well.
Yeah, you can name Inkmoth Nexus in sometimes too, so you have a little versatility there.
Exactly. So, I have Luris to bring back Alpine Moon, so I'm not too worried about the just destroy effects, but if you can pair it with something like this, that's what gets a little nasty. So, yeah, should be interesting. Taking out these, trimming one Croxa, great removal spell, and then just those cards that we're mentioning.
Yeah, my Pithing Needle just doesn't do a whole lot in this matchup, just naming fetch lands, most of which overlap with my fetch lands.
Yeah, otherwise,
got a name.
Pithing Needle is not very good against the Grixis Death Shadow deck, that's for sure.
I guess if you're going to flip Ren and 6 off my Rogavents, maybe I need it.
Yeah, you need it just for the possibility I could hit Ren and 6. I like that. All right, Rob, do you got a question at all when we shuffle up for our second game?
Yeah, so how have you felt about the Culligan's command in Grixis Shadow? Is it something that you always want to make sure you have as a one of, or is it kind of a flex spot?
It's a flex spot, 100% flex spot. It's fine. And I cut probably the most, controversial card that you can't cut, but I was just, in the tournament, I was taking it out almost every match, and that's Lightning Bolt. I went down to 3 bolts, which seems like, a mortal sin because Bolt is so good, so great in Modern, but it was just, I was taking it out all the time. It's good against these matchups where you have Ragavans and stuff, but outside of that, it's not really what I want to be doing in this Death Shadow list. So I think this is one of the weaker Lightning Bolt decks. But that's still a very powerful card.
Yeah.
So it's hard to trim too many of them. But yeah, that's that or Unholy Heat, maybe a Dress Down and stuff. But I think Bolt was just the card I was siding out the most. So that's why I decided to do that. But it could totally be 4th Bolt. It could be 4th Dress Down.
It could be a lot of things.
Yeah.
Culligan's Command, was seeing a lot of play for a while when Hammer was popular, and has receded as Hammer has receded. And I think that's generally the case is going to be with those effects. Mario Command is similar for Teamer Shells of the same kind of deck. So, you're going to want good targets for that Shatter mode, destroy an artifact. Right now, there's still a little bit of Hammer left, not a ton.
Yeah. And
it's good in the Ragavan mirrors, those mid-range mirrors. So I think having one is pretty good.
Yeah, and the extra mode of returning Luris sometime. I didn't like the Unearth that was in the sideboard. It just didn't, it never did great things for me. So now I just essentially main decking the Unearth, and every game I have that chance that I could bring back Luris for one more time in case it dies in those kind of matchups.
The second Luris is...
it's backbreaking. Yeah.
It's messed up.
All right, so I'm going to go first. Great question, y'all. Keep those coming. And let's battle. This hand's decent.
I will keep as well.
Okay, I will take 2. I got a DRC, and I'll pass to you.
Okay, not a Ragavan. There we go.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted.
Ragavan.
Okay, I will lead on a... Maybe I just want to do this.
I feel like I haven't drawn this card much at all today. Much at all.
Yeah, I think I just want to do that. I'll play Blackleaf Cliff's DRC.
Okay.
I will play a Bauble and Surveil.
Okay. Your DRCs are so much better.
I will leave that one right there.
Okay.
And now I'm going to think about whether or not I want to play the second Bauble.
Of course, yes.
I don't think I do. I think my plays are scripted again. I don't think I'm worried about him taking it with a discard spell.
Okay.
So I'm just going to pass. On your upkeep, I will Bauble you. Okay. Got the one Culligan's Command.
Okay, yep, as we've been talking about it. Then I'm going to attack for 1.
I will take 1, go to 19.
Okay. You go to 19. I'm going to play a land, and I'm going to pass to you.
Upkeep, draw from Bauble.
Sure.
Draw for turn.
Yep.
I will play Bloodstained Mire.
Okay.
I will play Mishra's Bauble and Surveil.
Surveil away.
Blackfield Coast can go to the graveyard.
That's a Blood Crypt.
Or Blood, yeah. Same thing.
Yep.
They even have the same initials.
It's close enough.
It's the same card. Interesting turn here. Corey could be holding up a lot of things.
Yep.
So I am actually going to just attack for 1.
Okay, I'll take it.
You go to 17.
17, yep. 17. And you are just at
19.
19, okay.
Okay, I'm going to Bauble myself.
Okay.
Let's crack this Bloodstained Mire.
Okay.
I'm going to go to 16 and get a Stomping Ground that was on top of my deck.
Gotcha. But you didn't want that card was on top, but you really wanted it at the same time.
I wanted it immediately. Still pretty far from Delirium.
Yep. I'm very far.
And I don't think I want to just run anything into a drown here.
Okay.
I'm just going to pass.
And step all sack. I'll go to 16.
Yeah, 16 all.
And I'll take 2.
Go to 14.
Yep. And I will drown this and surveil.
That's all fine.
Okay. Not the best, not the worst. I don't think I need a Ragavan. Untap.
Yep.
Owned.
Draw a Fauble on your upkeep.
Yep. I will draw. I will bobble and surveil.
So that is going to get us to Delirium?
It will, yep.
Sure.
I'll keep that. And I will cast Expressive Iteration, surveil.
Sure.
Keep it. Check it out. Over here, here. Play this forced attack.
I'll terminate.
Okay, my plans have been terminated. And
Now we both have Delirium.
yes, we do. I will crack.
Go to 13.
13, and I think I want to go to 11. I'll go with the other Blood Crypt here.
If he thinks he wants to go to 11, I have to imagine this is not a Death Shadow.
Yes, you're correct on
Then the
that.
decision would have been much easier.
You are
It's
correct
another
on
red
that.
creature.
But I will play another DRC, and I'll pass to you.
Okay, I will lead this turn with an Inquisition.
Inquisition. Okay, I got these cards.
So I knew about the cake, man. Those are some good cards.
Not bad, not bad. I have a feeling it won't be this one.
It will not.
Expressive Iteration is like the glue that holds this Grixis deck together, and I realized I've not been drawing it much, but I had a nice iteration last turn where I hit the land plus another iteration. That's kind of the dream with that card. And then Kolaghan's Command just being a great card here as well. Then I'll get to draw 2, so at least I'll have some hidden information.
Yeah, I don't feel great about that hand. That's a good hand.
It is a good one, yeah.
I am going to take the Expressive Iteration, though.
Makes sense.
And then I will play a DRC of my own.
Okay.
And then I will play a Wooded Foothills.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
I'll take a peek at your top. Probably going to shuffle it away. Okay. I will draw off Bobble.
Yep.
And draw for my turn. Let's see. What do we want to do? We got 11 to 16, huh?
Yep, that's what I have.
I think I will start with a... pretty tricky. Let's start by Unholy Heating and Surveil.
Yep.
Surveil. I don't want another channeler. Attack for 3.
I go to 13.
You go to 13. So I can play Crocs, or I can just hold up what I drew. Crocs is pretty good, but if you were to hit my graveyard here, that's less than good. Yeah, I'll Croxa.
I'll pitch a Meyer, go to 10.
Okay, pass to you.
And step, I'll fetch to 9.
Okay.
What did
No
you-
Saga for you.
That's fine.
Yeah, I don't think Saga was necessarily the main thing you wanted.
So I want to get a Shockland. I think I can just get the Overgrown Tomb.
Okay. Yeah, it's going to be a big turn now. You haven't done a ton as far as being proactive, so I would imagine this is your proactive turn. Could also be a buy Luris, not a bad play as well. All right, I have a K command, okay?
Yep. Yeah, this is definitely a big turn. This is the turn where I could potentially get pretty far ahead.
I don't like that.
An interesting one, I guess. It will certainly inform how I play this turn. I'll play a bauble and bauble you.
Okay.
It's a land.
Ooh. Good to know.
Yeah, that's it's not very good for me, to be honest.
And the old Croxarino threatening you? Or just a land being good?
Yeah. Forgot about the Croxa, too.
Oh, no.
So I guess I do have to take the land away from you rather than let you draw it, which would
Okay.
be nice. Which does not leave really much good for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I will dash Ragavan,
Ah, okay.
attack you for 2. I was hoping to see like an
Yeah.
Unholy Heat. You know.
Yeah, make it easier. So
Yeah.
9 to 9. You get a
I'll get the
treasure.
treasure. I'll pop it immediately for a red and play Ren.
Okay.
I will plus on a fetch land, or I guess I'll just plus on a Blood Crypt
Okay.
and play it tapped.
Okay.
That makes sense to me. And then Ragavan goes to
Your hand?
my hand. Probably just draw a land anyway and crocs it out of me. But you're up.
All right. I will draw. That's not ideal.
See if Corey wants to use the K command to finish off the Ren here, which I just never had a good spot to play it. I wanted to play turn 2 to kill Channeler, but you held up Drown.
Yep.
And by the time I got to play turn 3, your Channeler was a 3/3.
5, 6, 7, 8. If you were at 8, this would be a little easier for me. Then I would just want to go face. But with you being at 9 and I can't kill you next turn, I'm pretty incentivized to just deal with Ren and Ragavan here. So yeah, we'll deal 2, discard, and then attack Ren. Oh, I guess I surveil. Yeah, I don't really want Alpine Moon. Pass to you. Times when that's good, times when that's bad.
I will buy Luris.
Yep.
And I will pass the turn.
Okay. What do you got in there? You got a lot?
Got some DRCs, got a Ren.
Okay. I'll attack for 3.
I got a 6.
Okay. And I did draw the land. And I'll fetch this.
You go to 8.
Yep. Just get a basic here.
Either basic will do.
Yep, exactly. And then we'll bring back.
Which one?
You bobbled or I bobbled?
Oh, yeah, because I bobbled to check the top.
You
I've
did.
drawn another one.
Okay. Okay. Changes things a little bit, but that's all right.
I debated whether to tell you or not.
It actually changes things a lot.
Yeah.
Does it though? Trying to think of, because I could have played this last turn. It doesn't do a whole lot.
Okay.
It would still leave me at not a fun life total.
Yeah. I feel like we can't back up too much, but
Yeah, it's not going to change much.
okay.
But I could. I guess the biggest thing is I probably could have saved the Ragavan.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, because my K command would have been completely different if you didn't have one card.
Yeah.
You
We
know?
won't back up that far. That actually might have changed a lot of things.
Yeah.
Because then I could have gotten this Ren down and had the Ragavan in my hand.
I could have also did it with your bobble trigger on the stack and just K command.
true.
But then I risked if I drew a land, Croxa play was probably better. But I probably would have did that because I had to deal with Ren and Ragavan because my hand didn't do much. So
So I can either Stay at 6. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna. Yeah, let's just do it like this.
Okay, so we'll go like this. 1, 2.
I'm gonna discard Ren in 6.
Okay. 4. And 1 of these. Okay, and then I'll pass to you. Still very delirious over here.
Okay. Let's play Urza Saga, Luris, DRC,
Okay.
and pass the turn.
Alrighty. Tap a draw. Not a bad little draw. I will declare attack.
Yep.
Bang. Trigger.
I'll go to 3.
Okay.
Blocks. Any removal spell and I'm dead.
Yeah, you can block. I don't have it.
Okay. Well, so I have to block with Luris to live anyway. Chump blocking here kills me.
Yeah.
So I might as well just get my trade and chump block Croxa and go back up to 6.
Okay. Yep. You go to 6. I'm at 9.
And the DRC's trade.
DRC's trade.
You're at 8. I think there was a fetch somewhere.
I'm at 8.
Yeah.
Okay. I believe you. Then I will just play a Death Shadow. And I will just buy my Luris and pass to you.
And that's another land.
Yep. Had a nice one still.
Yeah, my Ren and 6s wasn't very good that game.
Yeah. No, Ren and 6 wasn't is how it played out.
Yeah.
You know?
Just how it played out, it wasn't very good, so I didn't really have any sources of card advantage. You did, and just kind of rolled me over.
Yeah. Expressive iteration is kind of the big advantage for me. Dress Down's good too because you have Saga, but outside of Saga, I can like do some Luris tricks. Dress Down isn't insane there, but it's still worth it for the sense that it hits your constructs, you know? So.
Yeah. Okay, we
right.
are light on time here.
Because this match has been awesome. For how, we played some pretty few amount of turns, but the decision points, there's still a lot of them, you know? So.
Could have like terminated earlier that game, figuring that like I was going to anyway, but I was just really hoping that you wouldn't hit Delirium and I could Ren the following turn. Because Terminate was my only other removal spell, so I just really wanted to save the Terminate for a Shadow or something, and it's never found other removal anyway. So
all right, well, for the marbles here, I'm guessing you want to go first?
I do.
All right, let's battle. See if Death Shadow is just the undisputed champion of the world, or if the deck's beatable.
I mean, we've gone to game 3 in every match. And we've played a lot of close games.
We have, and that is honestly the point I wanted to prove. Win or loss from this Grixis Death Shadow list, I do think it has game against everything, and I feel like when I lose, it's usually I could have done something different, which shows it's an incredibly hard deck to play. So if you're picking this up, do a lot of reps. If you've already played Death Shadow, a lot of those skills, of course, transfer over because it's a lot of life total management and stuff. But knowing what you're playing against, what they have to do to you, to know how low you can go and stuff like that, that takes knowing the metagame and stuff. And I'm definitely still not there. It's a very tough deck.
Yeah, there's
rewarding.
There's a lot of defaults as to where, that's my life total I want to be at, and then you deviate from that based on specific situations that you find yourself in.
All right, so you're going first.
It is nice to have those defaults.
Agreed.
I will keep.
I'll keep. Yep.
I will play Blackleaf Cliffs, Ragavan, Bauble.
Ragavan.
Pass the turn.
Okay.
Upkeep, Bauble you.
You have this.
Okay.
Soul Guide Lantern, huh? Don't know what I can be afraid of when it comes to some kind of counter spell or anything. So I think no matter what, I want to just go like. Want to go like this. I'll take 2.
You go to 18.
And no, I'm just kidding. I'll go to 18 and I'll just pass to you.
Okay. Upkeep, draw from Bauble.
Yep, you did it.
Draw for turn.
Okay.
I will attack.
I will bolt it.
I will play Blackleaf Cliffs and Nile Spellbomb.
Nile Spellbomb, okay.
That's the turn.
Alrighty. I'll untap. I will draw. I'm going to crack this.
You go to 17.
I'll take 3.
You go to 15.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. I have taken a total of 5 from my lands. Let's go with Channeler.
Sure.
And Lantern Surveil.
Yeah.
Keep that.
You had to land instant. Yeah, I should have responded to this.
Yeah.
I guess I could always respond to the Lantern, right?
But the Lantern sacks as part of the cost.
yeah, well, Lantern on the stack, because Surveil happens while Lantern's on the stack.
Oh, yeah.
And so, yeah.
I'm going to keep it regardless.
Yeah, you're
so.
good. What are you exiling?
Oh, yeah. So I think Bobble is harder for you to abuse. So, yeah, we'll get rid of Bobble. I guess you do have a spell bomb immediately here for the artifact. So, yeah, let's hit the creature.
Okay.
Okay. Past you.
On your end step, I will unholy heat the champ.
So unholy. Okay.
I will dash Ragavan
Dash.
and attack.
Okay.
You go to 13. I get a treasure.
13, yep. You get my land.
I'll play this Delta.
Yeah, nice. Nailed it.
All right, instead, Ragavan comes back.
Alrighty, no land, eh?
Nope.
I'll draw. Not the best draw I've ever seen in my entire life. But I think this is a pretty easy turn here. I'll start with Expressive Iteration.
I saw the eyebrows raise.
It was not a good raise, needless to say.
You know, the eyebrow raise is a sign of sort of shock or surprise. You know it's either particularly good or particularly bad.
Yep, you're right. Pretty close here. Think I want this one to my hand. I want this in exile and this in the bottom. And then I will take 2.
Brings you to 11.
Yep. I'll play Alpine Moon on Urza's Saga, and I'll pass to you.
I have 2 Black Lucas in play. You could.
I should hit that, right? Yeah. No, I think I'll pass. And draw your Urza's Saga.
Is that actually what I'm drawing?
I hope so.
Couldn't remember if you'd bobbled.
No, I hadn't, but it'd be cool.
I did not draw Urza's Saga.
Okay, good.
Think I just want to do a little jamming.
NBA Jam?
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
I'll sack for green.
Okay.
I'll play Ragavan and Tarmogoyf.
Okay.
I'll play this bauble.
Okay.
And I'll pass the turn.
All right. I will draw. Not a good draw. The hand is quite awkward, I must say. I'm going to play a Death Shadow.
That's a 2/2.
Sure is. And I'll pass to you.
On your end step, I will bauble you.
Okay.
Upkeep, draw from bauble.
Yep.
Draw for turn.
Mm-hmm.
You don't play Dismember or Street Wraith anymore.
Which member?
So I guess I will Unholy Heat your Shadow as a 2/2.
Response, Dress Down.
In response, I will Unholy Heat your Shadow.
Okay. It is dead. Drop.
Yep.
Okay. Do your thing.
I guess I can get in for 2.
Take 2 down to 9.
Tarmogoyf is a 0/1 with
Yes, it is.
abilities. And I'm wondering what I want to do with this spell bomb.
Yeah.
I almost want to leave enchantment in there just for my Goyf.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Because I definitely Corey drew another shadow, so that's going to be a problem.
Oh, you knew. Okay, good.
Yeah, I bobbled.
Yeah, that was a good draw. God, these games are awesome. I could play this match all day. This has been a fun one.
I'm going to want to Spellbomb. I'm going to want to draw, but I actually, I want to do it before the dress down leaves. So I'll do that and draw a card.
Okay.
And then I guess I did that main phase, so I can play this land.
Yep.
And I'll pass the turn.
And step that one away.
Yep.
A draw. I'm going to take 2.
Brings you to 7.
Yep. Living on the edge here. I got a Death Shadow. And I'll pass to you.
3 in hand.
3 in hand.
Did I already play the swamp?
I think you did, yeah.
Okay, my bad. It doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, we're even.
I wasn't cracking the fetch anyway.
Yeah.
So.
We're even.
Thanks, chat.
Hope you draw nothing but Ragavans and Urza Sagas.
I got a Ruin Catacombs.
Okay.
You got a 6/6 Shadow.
That I do.
I will buy this Luris.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
All right. End step. I'm going to draw a card. And also at end step, I'm going to dress down.
Yep.
Draw. Untap. Draw. And you're just at 20?
Yeah.
Why aren't you at 13? Okay, I'll... attack for 13.
Don't think I want to take 13, and I have Luris to rebuy things, so I'm going to chump with the Ragavan.
Okay. So you do got to watch out. Damage gets dealt to these things, and then when dress down goes away, you lose them if you do have damage on. I'm beyond the threshold, but is something to keep in mind when you're playing this deck. I have a...
I guess you don't really need Soul Guide Lantern for Goyf when you have dress down.
Yeah, that's true. But just rebuying it sometimes is okay. But yeah, it didn't feel good there, I must say. So I'll play a Ragavan. I'll play a Lantern from a graveyard. So I can hit from a graveyard. I don't think that's valuable. I will hit... Still probably want Ragavan, but it might be Nile Spellbomb, to be honest. Guess I don't really have much going on in my graveyard. So, yeah, hit Ragavan. And pass to you.
Ends up the dive down.
Yep.
Dress down goes away.
It is gone.
It's an interesting draw.
I don't like interesting draws.
I will Inquisition you. Try to force the action on Corey's side.
It is interesting. How big is this Goyf?
Pretty big.
Yeah, creature, instant... Or, I mean, artifact,
I just have instant artifact.
Sorcery,
you have...
enchantment, so it's going to be 4.
Yeah. And I've got a land over here.
Yeah. I think I want to just play as defensive as possible here. I'm going to respond with a dress down.
Yeah.
Draw. And Inquisition resolves, and I think I know what you want.
I will take Unholy Heat.
Yep.
So, do I want to take a lot of damage just to get the Luris onto the battlefield immediately? That does not really seem worthwhile, given that Corey has the Soul Guide Lantern that just eats my graveyard.
Drawn so many sideboard cards, and it's been quite awkward.
Yeah, the Soul Guide Lanterns haven't been bad.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, crazy game.
I guess the dress down is going to go away
Yep.
before the end of the turn. So the Goyf checks the Ragavan, which is nice.
That it does.
So I guess I will play this Overgrown Tomb tapped
Okay.
and pass the turn.
End step, this goes away.
Yep.
On tap. You're at 20, so I don't think I want to be too aggressive here. I'm going to buy Luris,
Yep.
play this land, and pass to you.
I will play Luris.
Yeah, I'll respond by lanterning you.
I will. So Luris resolves.
Yes.
Then I will crack Verdant, go to 19.
Okay.
Play Renin 6.
Okay.
I think I will just take this turn to deal with the Ragavan.
Ragavan down.
Also, hold on. How many types do you have? I should check.
I have enchantment,
does give you a
artifact,
fourth type.
instant. This does give me delirium, yep.
And my Goyf would be exactly a 5/6 because I have the land.
Yes.
And yeah, you already have instant. Maybe I'm supposed to leave the Ragavan so that Unholy Heat doesn't kill my Tarmogoyf.
It's interesting.
Yeah. You're at 7. I'm at 19. You also have the Luris too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a wild game.
Yeah, I am actually going to.
Because I can put the land in the yard too
Yeah.
for delirium.
Yeah, I actually think I am going to plus instead, and
I think you already played a land, right?
I don't think I did. I had the fetch and play.
Okay, I believe it.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then play Verdant and pass the turn.
Okay. End step. It's double bolt range, I guess, which is
I
slightly
guess you have the land, so you
awkward.
actually have delirium anyway. That's what you're.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, yeah.
Okay.
Slightly awkward, but I think I still want the land, so I'll sack this.
You get a 6.
Yep, get a Watery Grave tapped.
The other thing that getting the fetch down is it doesn't let you get it off the trigger with Soul Guide Lantern. That's one thing I was looking at.
Oh,
as well.
that's cool. Okay, so 6 to 19, right?
Yes.
Okay, or did you just fetch again?
No, I
That was
I
the
fetched
only
the
time?
first time for the forest,
Okay.
and then it's now still in play.
Okay. I will draw.
Yep.
Pretty good draw. I'm going to so this is a 7/7.
Yep.
And Goyf is...
Should be a 4/5, right?
There's 4/5, yeah.
Do we have a? We have Tomer dice.
Thank you for that. You have one card, hon. I don't know it.
Correct.
Okay. It's a little aggressive on my part, but not completely out of the realm. All right. I'll attack for 7.
Me or Ren?
You.
No blocks.
Okay.
I go to 12.
12. Second main. Death Shadow.
Yep.
I'll play Lyris.
Yep.
I'll play Soul Guide Lantern.
Lantern's fine.
I'll target... kind of think you have an instant. I'm trying to take away a type. But if I take away this and then I activate this, it doesn't really accomplish much. The land you have, too many enchantments, so it's either Unholy Heat or Lantern.
You can take away your land and then use the Lantern to take away mine.
That is true. That's not ideal. I am just going to take away Unholy Heat.
Okay.
And pass to you.
On your end step, I'm going to crack the Verd and go to 11.
Okay. Might have been too aggressive of an attack. We'll see if it bites me here.
Get another Blood Crypt.
Okay.
A Blood Crypt.
How good's that card?
It's okay.
Okay. Yeah, this has been a crazy match.
We have Enchantment, Land, Artifact.
So 3/4.
Well, I know what I want to draw.
Bolt? And you have the other bolt in hand?
Something like that.
Get an Urza Saga. Come on.
Shadows are very big.
Yep. If you're just slow rolling me and double bolting me, I'm quitting my job, Rob. Just so.
How do I win this game? I don't feel very good about it.
Hooray! Yeah, it's been a wild one.
I agree. So you're gonna have 2 7/7s. I'm gonna have to block one of them.
Mm-hmm. A little exile check, so what we got to deal with. You still got all your bolts in.
Plus Rhino and Verdant Catacombs.
Yep. Don't care about that too much.
Play Mishra's Bauble.
Okay.
Bauble myself.
Okay.
Recast Bauble.
Yeah, that's a great draw.
Crack, fetch, go to 10.
Yeah, I guess maybe I should respond to the Bauble trigger. Because I do have that response, but Ross didn't give me a chance to do that, so...
I thought you said okay.
I said okay to the
I said Bauble
coming
myself.
into play. Yeah.
Then I resolve Bauble on myself,
All right,
and I recast it.
All right. You got it.
I definitely gave you an opportunity.
Sure you did.
You just weren't thinking about it. But I was.
I hated it.
I'm at 10, and you're at 6.
Yep.
Drawing at least one card on your upkeep.
Okay.
now, yeah, I'm just gonna bubble myself again.
Okay. Is that a good one?
Nope.
Urza Saga, finally?
Pass the turn.
All right. Yeah, upkeep.
Keep. Draw 1.
Yep.
Draw 2.
Yeah. May I draw a card?
No.
Uh-oh.
I will bolt your Luris. I was indeed trying to draw the second bolts.
You were indeed. All right.
I had a lot of lucks.
I'll respond. Dress down. Dun, dun, dun.
Sure.
Draw a card. And Luris is dead. Draw for my turn.
Yep.
All right. So I will attacking you with Ragavan.
my hand's
Yeah, you have to
like
chump, right?
Yeah. I guess I
go
should
through the
have bolted on my
motions,
turn.
but-
I forgot about the flash and dress down.
Yeah,
Even if I bolt on my turn, like these cards are not winning.
Yeah, exactly. Didn't draw a single Urza Saga, and I drew both Alpine Moons, so nice sideboard card for me, but holy cow, that was an insane match. That was one of the better matches we've played in a while. That was just super close.
Yeah.
All the decisions mattered. It was just really awesome.
Biggest thing was I struggled killing Death Shadows. With your Graveyard Hate, my Holy Heats weren't really on. I had to use the Terminate early in game 2. Didn't draw it in game 3. I only have the 1 Terminate, 1 E out of the board to deal with the really big creatures.
Because E is bad. It hits you too. You know, it hits so much of your own
on
stuff.
that board, it would have been insane, but...
yeah, that's true. But I normally don't have that many permanents. I have more permanents than I've had when I played this deck for the last, however long.
Yeah.
But,
So we saw in games 2 and 3, like Ren and 6, Urza Saga just weren't going to be very good.
yeah.
So you did a pretty good job there. It was fine in game 1.
Yeah.
Although you did have the dress down to almost win through it. Ren and 6 was very good there.
Yeah.
As was Urza Saga. Found the Pirate Spellbomb. So, when those cards were good, I won. When they were bad, you won. Which makes a lot of sense. Those are my grindy, I'm going to win the mid-range cards. And I just wasn't able to maneuver in a way to make them good in games 2 and 3.
Yeah. And honestly, that's been my experience. Just this show kind of just aligned with my experience. Like, I've been doing very well against a lot of the decks, a large variety of the decks, but like played 3 leagues. I've played the tournament. My only losses were to burn 3 times, and then Tron once during the actual tournament during the Swiss. But like burn is the matchup that I'm very, very afraid of. So I'm straight doing it. I'm trading those 2 Collector Brutalities to 2 Dragon's Claws would be my only change. And maybe even trying to find room for a 3rd one somewhere. That's probably a little excessive. But that's the match I just consistently lose, and I think it's just bad. And I think it's a lot worse than it used to be as well. So maybe Flusterstorms get turned to Stubborn Denials. They're worse against the Cascade decks, but they're better in this scenario and maybe some other applications. I've been also having troubles like countering to fairies. And Stubborn Denial is non-creature, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that might be my change is like Dragon's Claws, trade out one of the Flusterstorms for 1 Stubborn Denial, make that a little bit better. And just Flusterstorm I've been less impressed with as well. So
And we have seen the Cascade decks decline a little bit.
Yeah. And the EEs are enough.
EEs and Graveyard Hate for Living End.
And Unholy Heat, it's still just good enough killing one of the rhinos. So
And I don't know if you have any Void Mirrors or Chalices or anything.
nah, not messing around with that. But yeah, anyways, great games. We're a little past schedule. Rob, let's thank some subs. We're going to thank some sponsors. We're going to head out.
All right, Heptagon24 resubscribe.
Heptagon, we love you, buddy.
Arizon Joe for 3 months, and Goal Goalie gave out 5 subs to the community. So thank you to all of them.
Good golly,
for all the
treats
subs.
me well in my stream as well. We appreciate you a lot,
Yes,
bud.
thank you very much for that support. And if you'd like to support Star City Games in another way, you can join SCG Premium. $7.99 a month will get you access to exclusive content from our wonderful staff of content creators, as well as some other perks, which are 5% off of sealed product, 10% off of singles, and 15% off of supplies. So head on over to starcitygames.com/join-premium and sign up today.
Absolutely. And if you want to pre-order the next set that's coming out, we do have Innistrad Midnight Hunt coming out. If you want to just be the first one to get these cards, you can still just do sealed products. We don't have any individual cards, but I believe they are starting like this weekend. I believe. I only know that because I got a preview card on Friday. So, so they're coming out here soon. So it's going to be really exciting. If you want to be the first one to just order the sealed product, you can go to starcitygames.com/previews for more information on that.
Yeah, and with a bunch of new cards coming out, maybe you want to get rid of some old cards. Do keep in mind that Star City Games is always buying, and the process has never been easier because there's so many ways to do it. You can use the buy list feature on the website. You can mail your cards into SCG and let them do the work for you. You can make an appointment and come into the store to do your business in person. And if your collection is big enough, you can make that appointment and have Star City Games come to you. So pick whichever works best for your situation, and do always keep in mind that when you're trading in cards for store credit, you'll get a 30% bonus on that trade-in.
Absolutely. And the SCG Tour Online is back as well. We're going to be playing some of those events that will be feeding to the first in-person event here in Roanoke. So if you want to be a part of that awesome tournament, which is going to be over Halloween weekend, qualifiers are your best way to do it. So more information on the qualifiers, go to starcitygames.com/SCG Tour Online. These are going to be similar templates that we've seen before. 4 and 2 or better during the Friday and Saturday satellites will get you qualified for the Sunday Championship qualifier, as well as 5 and 1, 6 and 0 will get you 1 and 2 buys. That 6 and 0 will also get you an invite to the best place in the world, Roanoke, Virginia, where you can play some in-person Magic, maybe beat on us a little bit. We'll be playing. We'll see how many days of competition we make it to, but regardless, it's going to be a blast. At least one. At least the first 4 rounds or so. Yeah,
guaranteed that.
Absolutely. So if you want to be a part of this really, really fun tournament back, check that out at starcitygames.com/SCG Tour Online.
Yes. Next order of business, we'd like to thank our sponsor, Coalesce Apparel. If you like the shirts that we wear, you can find their entire collection of t-shirts, hoodies, and stickers at coalesceapparel.shop. And be sure to use the gift code SCG when checking out to get 10% off of your purchase there as well.
Absolutely. And the last order of business, we do have the sale going on right now. There's a little mystery of a sale. You'll have to go check out what kind of select items we're talking about, but just $1 select items. So, going to be kind of a little bargain bin, basically. Is that?
To remove some of the mystery, the ad here has Fumigate, Shivan Reef, Bogart, Harbinger, Soul Ring, and Ancient Stirrings.
Soul Ring? Isn't that $100,000 card?
Depends on the printing of it.
The original versions, maybe, but they do print it in every Commander product, of course.
You heard it first, y'all. Soul Ring, the $100 cards, we're doing it for $1 here. All right, so it's probably not those really expensive ones. So we won't do some false advertising here.
I say when I purchased my FBB Soul Ring, which I no longer have.
Okay.
To be clear. I believe I purchased it around 2004, 2005 for $20.
Okay.
Now it is probably, like 20 times that or something.
Yeah.
Some ridiculous number. I probably sold it 5 years later for $18 or something.
Hey, you did it.
German Soul Ring is really cool. It's got their German word for interrupt is super long. It's Untersprechungszauber.
Okay.
It takes up like the entire line of the card.
Yes.
German is, if I go for foreign languages and cards, it's always German.
German, that's the one you like.
There's all these ridiculous long words.
Yeah.
There's lots of Z's in there. It's fun.
I am a Baumeister, which means master builder, and I'm supposed to know a lot about my German heritage, but I really don't. So I won't say anything further on that. But yeah. I think it was Kai right after I named dropping bombs. They're just like, what are you talking? Corey, your last name literally means master builder. How could you not do something with that? And it's like, Kai, because I'm not a good deck builder. What do you want from me? Leave me alone, okay? We can't all be the German juggernaut.
Dropping bombs destroys buildings. They're doing the exact opposite.
That's true.
You're really tarnishing your family name.
Yeah. Don't tell my family that, please.
They already know.
On that note, y'all, check out that sale. It is $1 off these select items. So go to starcitygames.com/sale. Remember that sale does end at 10:59 a.m. on Monday. So if you want to get that buck out there, the dollar store of SCG will be ending at that time. So check that out. Very good show, Ross. We were really close here. Marbles will be staying on my side. Now, as far as looking forward to Thursday, we got ourselves an interesting one, to say the least. We are doing historic with this new Jumpstart 47/Anthology 4, and we are going to try out some of the cards that we can play with in person. So we're going to see how rough we can make Rob's life by trying to help us out while simultaneously playing some of the really exciting cards that are going to have an impact. Let's say Dragon Rage Channeler, Seasoned Pyromancer. There's some
Archmage's Charm, Esper Sentinel.
There's some goodies that we're going to try into this historic metagame. So it should be a fun show. That will be Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern time. That's going to do it for us. That's Rob. That's Ross Merriam. I'm Corey Baumeister. We'll see you then.